Are you getting me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A beautiful 68 degrees down here in Huntsville, Alabama, as we welcome you on to Flow College, as well as here on the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Randa DeCrow, checking on with you for a midweek matchup, a non-conference game between the Carson-Newman Eagles and the University of Alabama in Huntsville Chargers. It's going to be a fun one today, both of these teams, especially last year when they faced off. Most of the matchups have been here at Charger Park, but University of Alabama and Huntsville did beat Carson-Newman last year when the Eagles were ranked number 16 in the country. So a little bit of a revenge game for the Eagles coming up here as we get you a look at the starting lineups first for the Eagles. It'll be Jake Carden on the mound to face Maddox Green, the left fielder. Aiden Gibson will be playing third base. He's in the second spot. Logan Floyd, the first baseman, in the third spot. Cole Nathan, the second baseman, hitting cleanup. Tanner Gilgore, the DH, in the fifth slot. Ian Hubbard gets in for his first start of 2026, and John O'Pierce, the shortstop, will hit seventh. Braxton Smith, the center fielder, will hit eighth, and Carson Cochran will round out the lineup. Defensive alignment for the Chargers: Barlett is at third base, Staggs at shortstop, Wells at second, Galenza at first. Sanji is doing the catching, Carden is on the mound, Greenwell in left field, Upton in center, and Waldrop in right field. As we get ready for the first pitch here, Carden comes together, kicks and fires to Maddox Green. The first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for strike number one on Green. Maddox Green, just the freshman for Carson-Newman, has gotten a lot of starts here so far for the Eagles, though. Second pitch on the way is strike number two, upper outside corner on Green. So 2 strikes and no balls for Maddox Green, and Jake Carden's first at bat of this contest. And he kicks and fires again. This one a little bit too far outside. That one just inside the left batter's box line. So too far for Green to reach, and umpire rightly calls it. Eagles are 7-2 this year. Next pitch on the way, and Green swings at it. It's popped up into shallow right center field. Wells is moving to get underneath it. He makes the catch over his right shoulder for out number one. Green has played as the leadoff hitter for the Eagles for quite a bit of time this season, and Aiden Gibson, the man who has jumped a couple different spots in the lineup, he's been in this second hole quite a bit for Carson-Newman, but has also played later down in the lineup as well. He'll be hitting second here today and playing third base. The senior captain digs in from the right side and gets his first look at Carden. Pitch on the way is a strike outside. Fastball from Carden hits well. Jake Carden making his first start for UAH, delivers pitch number 2 to Gibson, a good off speed that hits outside again. So Carden working that outside corner early. He gets the midweek start, and the next pitch to Gibson is high and outside for ball one. So 1-2 count on the senior third baseman. Carden, the junior, standing at 6'1". He throws from his left-hand side, and the Eagles haven't seen many lefties this season, just the one lefty from LMU, as Gibson takes a swing at the next offering from Carden. It's up the right field line, and Galenza's underneath it. He makes the jog all the way to the warning track here at Charger Park, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 pop flies that have put 2 outs on the board for the Chargers here in the top of the first, and now Logan Floyd, the best hitter in this Carson-Newman lineup, will step up to the plate. The All-Sac selection getting his first look at this midweek pitching start for Jake Carden. First offering is cut on and missed. Fooled him on the off speed, and Floyd was way early. So 0-1 for Logan Floyd. Junior first baseman, I should say, was an All-Sac selection last season, and the next pitch is outside and low for ball 2. Off-speed misses. So 1-1 for Floyd. Led Carson-Newman in hits, RBIs, in pretty much every offensive category you can think of as he takes a swing at the next fastball. He's on it, but it's fouled back. So 1-2 count for Logan Floyd. 2 outs on the board for the Chargers, trying to get out of this first inning unscathed. Carson-Newman on offense has been really good early in ball games, have struck first in a lot of different games throughout the season. Next pitch on the way to Floyd is a fastball too far outside. So 2-2 for Logan Floyd. Carden just 3 appearances this season. Through his last appearance on Saturday, next pitch to Floyd is inside and low. Sanji behind the dish nearly has to dig it out of the dirt. Instead, it'll be a full count for Logan Floyd, trying to be selective here. 1 inning for Carden on Saturday. No hits and no runs in that ball game as he delivers the payoff, and it's up the middle from Floyd, a soft little dribbler that's going to get through everyone and leak into the outfield. Middle infielders were pinched towards the corners, and it pays off for Floyd. He's safely aboard at first. So that'll bring up Cole Nathan, the second baseman, who was Carson-Newman's first star in the win over LMU on Saturday. Was really good defensively, made a diving play, and knocked in a couple runs with a double. He steps into the right batter's box to face the lefty for the first time here today. Wind blowing out nearly to left center as Carden will check Floyd at first base. Flag blowing pretty stout out there in center field, helping hitters. So Carson-Newman looking to capitalize early as Carden delivers the first pitch finally to Cole Nathan, and it misses high and away. Carden has a direct line of sight right at Floyd. He doesn't go to him, but the fastball to Nathan stamps the outside corner for strike 1. So 1-1 count on Cole Nathan with a runner at first base in Logan Floyd. There's 2 outs on the board for the Chargers here in the top of the first, and Jake Carden trying to get out of this one scoreless. Nathan ropes it up the right field side, but it just curls, or the left field side, I should say, but just curls foul. And Greenwell will chase after it, toss it in to the Eagles' bullpen. So 1-2 count for Cole Nathan, the second baseman, trying to get this Eagles offense going early. He steps back in, and Carden comes back together. Takes one look at Floyd, delivers to Nathan. It's high and away for ball 2. So 2-2 count on Cole Nathan with 2 outs on the board. Logan Floyd, who reached on a line drive up the middle, is on first base. And Cole Nathan looking to clean up what he started as Carden will go back to Floyd. He's in head first and safe. Nathan the junior, a native of Knoxville, Tennessee, not too far from Jefferson City, just about 35 minutes down the road. He swings at the next pitch from Carden, and it's fouled over the Chargers dugout. So still 2-2 for the junior. Mentioned he was the number 1 star for the Eagles last week. He was 4 for 12 against LMU with a hit in each game of the series for the Eagles, including a double in game 2 that would bring around 2 to score. Eagles ultimately lose that game as Sanji sets up on the inside corner. Nathan pops it over the first baseman in Galenza. Just a little short dribbler, so 2 weak hits that have turned into bases for Carson-Newman as Logan Floyd tracks all the way around to third base, and Cole Nathan has himself a single here in the top of the first. Galenza made the hop. He got about 4 feet off the ground, but it was right over his glove, just floating, and hit where the dirt in the warning track, or the dirt in the grass meet in the outfield. Waldrop had to chase it in all the way to shallow right field, and now Tanner Kilgore has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. First pitch to Kilgore is an off speed that falls low and away, so ball 1 on Kilgore with runners at the corners. Nathan with speed on first base. He's been known to steal a bag or 2 in his day. Against Cedarville earlier on in the year, stole home, which was a big-time play for the Eagles, and the next pitch to Kilgore misses away again. So 2-0 count for Tanner Kilgore, the DH. He's played in this position a lot this season, has made a couple starts at first base as Sanji will go have a conversation with Carden. But Kilgore was 2 for 3 in game 1 against LMU with a double. And then he went 0 for 4 in game 2, so He was subbed out in the lineup for that final game of the series after he hit into a double play as well. Had a really good game last week in the midweek appearance against Tusculum, was 4 for 4, and the player of the game for Carson-Newman. So far, Kilgore seems to like these midweek appearances. The next pitch from Cardin is inside and good for strike one. So a 2-1 count for Kilgore. Logan Floyd reached on a line drive up the middle, and Cole Nathan, a little blooper over the first baseman's head as Cardin goes back to Nathan at first base. The lefty is looking right at him, and the junior second baseman dancing over there on the base path. Cardin comes back together, 2-1 on the way, and Kilgore fouls it back over the Chargers' dugout. So make it 2-2 with 2 outs on the board for the DH, Tanner Kilgore. Carson-Newman, good in first innings. They're outscoring their opponents 32-4 in the first 2 innings of games this season, and threatening here in the top of the first already as Cardin will go back to Nathan again and finally return back to Kilgore. 2-2. Kicks and fires Kilgore. A weak ground ball to the third baseman, Barlett. He slings it over to Galenza at first. So a scoreless top of 1 for the Chargers. And Carson-Newman will get their first look at the defense for the Eagles when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network and Flow Sports. It's Jace Upton, Seth Staggs, and Gavin Galenza when we come back.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Rana DeCrow checking on with you for the bottom of the first, and it's the freshman Drew Fletcher who will get the start here in this midweek match. The only appearance he has on the season was against Tusculum just last Tuesday, where he threw 2 2/3 with 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned, and a walk. So Fletcher gets the start here, and a vote of confidence from Tom Griffin, Jason White, and the staff there in the Eagles dugout. And he'll have to face Jace Upton, Seth Staggs, and Gavin Galenza. Defensive alignment for the Eagles, you got Aiden Gibson at third base where he usually is, John O. Pierce at shortstop, Cole Nathan, the All-Sac second baseman, at second, Logan Floyd at first, Maddox Green is in left field, Braxton Smith in center, and Ian Hubbard makes his first start in right field for the Eagles. And Jace Upton, the center fielder, will be first up to face Fletcher. Fletcher, the 2-seam fastball, slider, and changeup in his arsenal. And he comes together. The righty kicks and fires the first pitch to Upton, and it's a ground ball right to the shortstop in Pierce, who eats it up. Over to Floyd at first, but big speed out of Upton. He nearly hit the bag before Floyd made the stretch. Umpire will call him out. So 1 away for Carson-Newman on the ground ball to John O. Pierce. And now Seth Staggs, the best bat in this Chargers lineup, will step up to face Fletcher, but contact for the Chargers in their first at-bat. Staggs sees the first pitch from Fletcher. It's a really good slider to the outside corner that hits for strike one. Man, What a pitch from the freshman. Good movement on that one. He comes back together. There's no one on and one out. Eagles good defensively as well. Haven't given up many runs, save for the one game against LMU where they let up 12. And Fletcher misses this time inside. So 1-1 count on Seth Staggs. Fletcher delivers, and it's fouled off. Staggs, the shortstop. One of few bats in this lineup who has been consistent for UAH. The freshman is 11 for 22 this year and has the best batting average on the team. 1-2 on the way from Fletcher. It's fouled off again. Another good slider from the freshman to keep it 1-2. Good job getting ahead of this count. And would be his first strikeout of the season if he were to get it here. Carson Cochran behind the dish. He'll be doing the game calling today. Makes a signal at Fletcher. Delivery on the way and struck him out. Got him on the slider. You can just see the curvature on the ball from Fletcher. But got Seth Staggs swinging. So a ground ball to shortstop on the weak contact and a strikeout for Drew Fletcher in his first start of his Carson-Newman career. And now Gavin Galenza will see the first pitch. Another slider too far outside this time from Fletcher. One-0 count for Gavin Galenza, the first baseman for the Chargers. Galenza, the junior, coming out of Alberta. And the next pitch from Fletcher is another breaking ball that hits inside this time. So 1-1 count for Galenza. The junior is 9 for 27 this season, hitting .333. And Fletcher, the 1-1 on the way, misses inside again. So 2-1 for Galenza. He's got no one on and 2 outs on the board, so no pressure for the first baseman as Fletcher deals another one. It takes 2 hops to Jono Pierce. He fires it over to Logan Floyd, and that'll be the first inning. No runs for Carson-Newman, no runs for UAH, but 2 hits for the Eagles in the top of the first, and we'll be right back with Ian Hubbard, Jono Pierce, and Braxton Smith. They get their first look at Jake Carden.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Rana DeCrow checking on with you for the action between the University of Alabama in Huntsville and the Carson-Newman Eagles in a midweek non-conference matchup. And it's Ian Hubbard, the right fielder, who will step in to get his first look at Jake Carden, who allowed 2 hits in his first inning. The first pitch to Hubbard, the right fielder, is a strike that hits outside on the lefty. So 1 strike and no balls for Ian Hubbard. Jake Carden, 2 hits in that first inning, a line drive by Logan Floyd and Cole Nathan, and Hubbard hits a soft little chopper up the middle, and it's fumbled by Staggs at shortstop, who had charged in to try and make the play. It's off the tip of his glove, and Ian Hubbard reaches base in his first start here with Carson-Newman. Has seen some time as the DH for the Eagles, but making his first start on defense for Carson-Newman in the absence of Bradley Soto Diaz, the typical right fielder for the Eagles. Now Jono Pierce, the shortstop, gets to work, and we'll see how they score that one, either as an error. They will count that as a hit. Jono Pierce takes a swing at the first offering from Carden, fouls it over the Chargers' dugout. 0-1 for Jono Pierce, the shortstop, his first at bat. Hubbard has to dive back into first base as Carden surprised him with a pickoff attempt. A single for Ian Hubbard in his first at bat. A ground ball to the shortstop that got over the head of Carden, hit off the front of the pitcher's mound, and was too soft. Hubbard with speed over there to first base. And finally, Carden comes together for Pierce, who knocks one up the right field line, and it hooks foul. So no balls and 2 strikes for Jono Pierce, with a runner on first base in Ian Hubbard. Pierce, the Roan State transfer for the Eagles, has been a mainstay in this lineup so far this season. As Carden goes back to Hubbard, he's in standing up this time. Pierce was 2 for 10 against LMU, stole a base against the Rail Splitters as well, so likes to be aggressive on the base paths. Hitting .217 this year as Sanji sets up outside. Pierce falls for the off speed, and it goes right to Galenza, who slings it over to Staggs at second base, and he tries to get the double play back to first in time. He will not, so Jono Pierce reaches on the fielder's choice. Ian Hubbard will be out at second base. And now Braxton Smith, the center fielder, who has been so good, and another weapon that Carson-Newman wants to have on the base paths. He's 5 for 5 in his stolen base attempts this season, leads the Eagles in that category. So speed from the sophomore Smith as Pierce stumbles back to first base on the pickoff attempt. Nearly lost his footing there. And Carden will turn back to Braxton Smith. Pierce seems to be fine as Trey Miller, the volunteer assistant, gives him a little tap on the helmet. And Smith waves on the next pitch from, or the first pitch, I should say, from Jake Carden. So 1 strike and no balls for Braxton Smith. Smith was 2 for 11 in the LMU series as Carden goes back over to Pierce at first. Pierce had a stolen base in that LMU series too, so definitely someone to be conscious of on the base paths. Carden doing just that. Finally, he kicks and fires, and the 0-1 is swung at and missed again. Braxton Smith swings at the high offering from Carden and makes it 0-2. Smith pretty good at reaching base too. Reaches base 50% of the time as Carden tries the pitch out. Sanji had set up maybe to try and get Jono Pierce. He won't go to him at all. And you can see the look on Carden's face that he knew he missed with that one. So 1-2 on Braxton Smith. Got him both times on the outside pitch and went a little high. Carden goes back to Pierce again. So make it 1-2 with 1 out on the board and a runner on first base for Braxton Smith. Carden delivers, and Smith goes right up the middle. It's a soft little line drive that will drop well in front of the center fielder Upton. And Carson-Newman has their 3rd hit of the day coming off the bat of Braxton Smith, make it the 4th hit of the day, actually. And there are runners on first and second for Carson-Newman with Carson Cochran, the catcher, up to the plate for the first time to face the lefty Carden. Jono Pierce is on second base, Braxton Smith at first, and Carden finally steps back up to the mound to face Cochran. He split time at the catching position with Jacob Rogers, largely due to an injury as well, and the first pitch from Carden misses high on Cochran. So ball 1 with runners at first and second. Braxton Smith on first with speed, and Jono Pierce with more of the same on second. He was 1 for 2 in his at-bats in Game 2 against the Rail Splitters this weekend, and the next pitch from Carden misses low and away. 2 balls, no strikes on Carson Cochran with runners threatening now. Is getting some of his first games of the season, of his career really as well. Didn't play last season due to injury. And nearly had one in that Cedarville series as he goes out in Game 1 after hitting first base a little bit funky. But returned to the lineup this weekend against LMU. Coach Tom Griffin keeping lots of catching options on his roster. Cochran, one of them. Rogers as well in the mix. Kevin Hammond, another option for Carson-Newman as Carden delivers the next pitch to Cochran. It's at his letters, too high. So 3 balls, no strikes for Carson Cochran. And a swinger a ball away from loading the bases. John O. Pierce at second. He reached on the fielder's choice. Next pitch to Cochran is a strike inside. Good fastball from the lefty Carden. So hitters count for the catcher here in his first at bat of this midweek matchup, and the Eagles trying to get their first run on the board. Carden comes together, kicks and fires, and Cochran hits one hard up the right field line. It's curling all the way right out to the right field corner. It's going to drop fair, and Waldrop, excuse me, they're going to say it's foul, man. Hard to see that line all the way out there, this field here at Charger Park. Full dirt, full grass, and the line out there just a little bit not super clear. So impressive by that first base umpire to make that discernment. And Cochran will step back in with a full count and runners at first and second, 1 out on the board for the Eagles. Carden not messing with the runners. He kicks and fires the payoff. It's a ground ball between the 3-4 gap all the way out into right field. John O. Pierce stumbles around third base as he's making his way home, but he'll be in standing up as the right fielder Waldrop hits his cutoff man in Galenza. And Braxton Smith on third base. Eagles are up 1-0 here in the top of the second. That brings up the top of the order, Maddox Green for the Eagles. So John O. Pierce came around to score on the ground ball out to right field from Carson Cochran. He'll pick up an RBI, one of his first of the season, and make it 1-0 Eagles. Maddox Green, his second look at Carden, and Carden goes over to Cochran at first. Braxton Smith is at third base, so runners on the corners for the freshman Maddox Green, who's been really good at getting on base, tied for the lead on this team in walks. He has yet to see his first pitch yet here in his second at bat from Carden. He squares around for the bunt and pulls back wisely on a high fastball. So 1 ball, no strikes for Maddox Green. Flew out to the second baseman Wells in his first at bat. And looking to continue his good streak going. Also plays football at Carson-Newman, so spent the whole fall with the football team. And he squares around for the bunt again, tries to lay it down instead of a leak foul. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Maddox Green. I asked him if it was hard to adjust coming from a different team that he spent all fall with. Carson-Newman does that Orange and Navy World Series in the fall where they really get to know each other as players and athletes. And obviously Green not a part of that due to his time with the football team. But he said it was tough to adjust, but head coach Tom Griffin has spent a lot of time with him as Carden goes back over to Cochran at first. Nothing there. Still 1-1 on Maddox Green with 1 out and runners at the corners. But back to the story. Said it was tough to adjust, but that Tom Griffin had spent a lot of time making sure that he felt like he was a part of this team and has been an incredibly fast learner as the breaking ball on the way misses well outside in the left batter's box. So a 2-1 count for Maddox Green as he takes the sign from Tom Griffin. He's learned quick and adjusted well and has been one of the staples in this Carson-Newman lineup early. Fastball misses outside again. Carden getting frustrated with himself. 3-1 for Maddox Green with runners at the corners and 1 out on the board. Aiden Gibson is in the on-deck circle. He's also 0 for 1 today. Carden kicks and fires. Maddox Green, a high fly ball out to left center field. Upton is moving to get underneath it. He's all the way out to the warning track. He makes the catch. Braxton Smith is wheeling towards home. And Maddox Green will have the sac fly RBI to make it 2-0 Eagles here in the top of the second inning. Eagles already with 4 hits here in the top of the second. And Carson-Newman doing what they do incredibly well against teams in the first 2 innings. Outscoring their opponents 32-4 in the first 2 innings of games this season. 20 of those runs are coming in the first inning, so 12 of them in the second inning as Aiden Gibson steps up and swings at the first pitch, a good off-speed from Carden, and gets him to swing and miss. So 0-1 on Gibson with 2 outs on the board after the sac fly from Green. Gibson watches the second pitch. It's a 2-seamer that misses well outside on the righty Gibson. So 1-1 for the senior captain. Pitching staff has done well in these first 2 innings, too. Have only allowed 3 earned runs in the first 2 of the first 9 games of the season for the Eagles. So have been good on defense as well as pitching and have gotten the sticks going early. More of the same here on this Tuesday midweek matchup as the wind continues to blow straight out to center field. Gibson check swings on one, and it will be called a strike. It was a little bit high, Gibson thought, but a strike nonetheless. So 1-2 for Aiden Gibson with with a runner on first base. Braxton Smith scored in that sac fly from Maddox Green. And Carden over to Cochran at first base. Gibson flew out to the first baseman Galenza in his first at bat. Hit that foul ball that Galenza tracked to the warning track, and Gibson holds off on a good breaking ball from Carden. Good discipline from the senior and makes it 2-2. Gibson was 2 for 9 with 3 walks in Game 2 against LMU. And the next pitch from Carden misses high and away for ball 3. So full count for Aiden Gibson here as Carden's pitch count starts to increase here in the top of the second. He comes together in the payoff on the way. Gibson goes right up the middle. Carden has it in his glove, a really good grab, and he just makes the soft toss over to first base to end the inning, but not before the Eagles put up 2 runs on when John O'Pierce came around to score on Carson Cochran's ground ball out to right field, and then Maddox Green hit a sac fly to score Braxton Smith, who reached on a line drive to center. And we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network to see if the Chargers can respond. It's Nathan Mayfield, Luke Sanji, and Gunnar Waldrop when we come back.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the Eagles Shop halftime report in 60 seconds. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network for the bottom of the second, and it's Nathan Mayfield. First pitch from Drew Fletcher is a soft little ground ball right to the heel of his glove. He makes the underhand toss as he jogs toward first base. And the first out already away for the freshman Drew Fletcher. Hailing from Waxhaw, North Carolina, out of Marvin Ridge High School. And threw a scoreless first with his first strikeout of his Carson-Newman career. In the second batter, he struck out Seth Staggs, and now Luke Sanji, the catcher, gets his first look at the freshman in Fletcher. First pitch from Fletcher is low and inside on Sanji, so ball one. Weak contact on two ground balls from Jace Upton and Gavin Galenza. That was the bottom of the first. The next pitch from Fletcher is a breaking ball that gets a little bit away from him. It's all the way into the very outside of the left batter's box. So a 2-0 count for Fletcher, who comes together and works quick. Kicks and fires, breaking ball, misses high in the zone, high out of the zone, I should say this time, and it's 3-0. Carson-Newman up 2-0 after their 2 runs they score in the top of the second. Jono, Pearson, Braxton Smith, the run scores there as Fletcher hits on the fastball right down Broadway. So a 3-1 count for Luke Sanji, the catcher.
Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee.
Sanji trying to be the one to get the first hit for this Chargers team. Carson-Newman already has 4, and Fletcher nearly hits him on an inside fastball. So he will take his base, and that's Fletcher's second walk of his Carson-Newman career, first here this afternoon. Luke Sanji is at first base after that walk, and Gunnar Waldrop, the right fielder, will get a chance with a runner on, with 1 out on the board. First runner allowed on base for Carson-Newman in this ball game as Fletcher delivers the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside on Waldrop. So 1 ball and no strikes for Gunnar Waldrop, the freshman out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. 7 starts for the Chargers so far, and the next pitch from Fletcher is a breaking ball that kisses the outside corner for strike 1. So 1-1 count for Gunnar Waldrop. He's got a runner on first base and 1 out on the board. Fletcher delivers, and it's a soft little pop fly. Fletcher's moving toward it. Floyd is underneath it by the UAH logo on the right side of the field, and he makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up Brody Barlett, the third baseman. Trying not to leave a runner stranded, Carson-Newman has done that in consecutive innings already on offense. Luke Sanji is at first base. He reached on the walk from Fletcher. There's 2 away for Brody Barlett, and he gets his first look at the freshman. Pitch is on the way, and it's a ball that misses low. Barlett, the redshirt sophomore, played in 20 games last season with 12 starts for the Chargers as Fletcher goes over to Sanji at first base. In his game so far this year, though, has been 4 for 17 at the dish. Didn't do incredibly well in their last series against Christian Brothers Academy. Was 0 for 5 in those ball games. And the same situation here, a soft pop-up that Logan Floyd takes about 5 steps to his left to get underneath, and he makes the catch comfortably for out number 3. So Carson-Newman gets out unscathed in the bottom of the second. They return to work on offense in the top of the third. It's the heart of the order, Logan Floyd, Cole Nathan, and Tanner Kilgore when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Jack Doyle takes over duties for Jake Carden after he lets in 2 runs on 4 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. And Jack Doyle will take over. The righty taking over for the lefty, so the Chargers see the switch in sides for their pitchers here on the mound. And Doyle coming into a tough spot here in the top of the third. Carson-Newman up 2-0 right now after their 2 runs in the top of the second. Doyle will have to face the heart of the order in Logan Floyd, Cole Nathan, and Tanner Kilgore. Floyd and Nathan responsible for 2 of Carson-Newman's 4 hits. And it's Floyd up first as Doyle deals the first pitch, and Floyd skies it up the right field side. It's into the Charger bullpen and well foul. So strike 1 on Logan Floyd. The warning track here at Charger Park goes traditionally with the first and third bases, but then kind of opens up a little bit at the bullpen, so allows for a little more room for the corners to run and make catches in foul territory if they wanted to. And that one from Logan Floyd would have been well out at a place like the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, as the next pitch from Doyle is low and away on the breaking ball for ball 1. So 1-1 count with no outs on the board for number 11, Logan Floyd. But more room for the corner infielders and outfielders, for that matter, to make catches in foul territory as Doyle delivers again. Strike inside, good fastball there. And Logan Floyd is caught looking. So 1-2 for Logan Floyd, and the freshman righty doing a good job already on the best hitter in this Carson-Newman lineup. One more pitch to get his first strikeout against Floyd, and Floyd does check swing, but Sanji drops it. He has it in front of him, makes the toss, and Galenza has to shuffle to his right to make the catch, but he does. So 1 away, and Jack Doyle has the first strikeout on the Eagles, the 3rd strikeout of the season on Logan Floyd. That's not a guy who strikes out super often, and Cole Nathan, the second baseman, will step back in. He is 1 for 1 today. Hit a line drive over the first baseman's head in his first at-bat, and would eventually get stranded after Tanner Kilgore hit a ground ball to third base. He's in the on-deck circle. Doyle comes together, kicks and fires, and the first pitch to Nathan, he swings at, skies it back. So no balls and 1 strike for Cole Nathan. Doyle has made 2 appearances here in 2026, one against North Greenville on the 30th of January, one against Drury on the 6th of February. As he kicks and fires, the next pitch is a ball outside. So 1-1 for Cole Nathan with 1 out on the board. 2 strikeouts for the freshman throughout 2026 thus far. He's allowed just 2 hits and 2 runs in his 2 appearances. So good work, but has never gone more than 1 2/3 innings. So potentially a big bullpen game coming up for UAH. And the next pitch to Nathan misses high and inside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Cole Nathan with nobody on and 1 out. Nathan, what Aiden Gibson called the energy guy on this team, likes to get things going, and he lofts one up out to left field. Greenwell is underneath it, had to guard his eyes from the sun, but he does make the catch. So 2 away for Jack Doyle in his first inning of work. And Tanner Kilgore, The DH will step into the box looking for his first hit of the day. Hit a ground ball to third base in his first at bat. And has really been hit or miss for Carson-Newman. Was 4 for 4 against Tusculum in the midweek match just a week ago. 2 for 3 in Game 1 against LMU with a double, but then went 0 for 4 in Game 2, and that's kind of been the story of his season, either really good or not so great. In Game 2 of that LMU series, hit into a double play and then was pulled from the lineup for Game 3. And the breaking ball from Doyle, the first pitch, is a strike. So Kilgore has an 0-1 count with 2 outs on the board and nobody on. Carson-Newman still leads by 2 runs. And the next pitch is another breaking ball. This time it misses inside on Kilgore. So 1 ball, 1 strike for the junior DH. One of the tallest hitters in this Eagles lineup, standing at 6'4", so a bigger strike zone for Kilgore, and he hits one on a rope out to right field. Waldrop gets underneath it. He was moving quick with quick steps, and he makes the catch for the third out of the top of the third, and we'll move into the bottom of the third, where Eli Wells, Trey Greenwell, and then the top of the order, and Jake Upton will face Drew Fletcher for his third inning of work. We'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network for the bottom of the third, Carson-Newman leads by 2-0 after their 2 runs they put up in the top of the second inning. Jono Pierce, who had reached on a fielder's choice, was brought around by Carson Cochran's single, and then Braxton Smith, who hit a line drive to center to get on base, was scored by a sac fly from Maddox Green. And Drew Fletcher is back on the bump for his third inning of work. In his first appearance with Carson-Newman, it was in relief against Tusculum. He went 2 2/3, 5 hits and 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and 1 walk. And he will face Eli Wells, the second baseman. Kicks and fires the first offering, and Wells skies it over the Chargers' dugout for strike number 1. Fletcher has been good so far. No runs, no hits, just 1 walk in that bottom of the second. Luke Sanji held off a 1 to get on base, and Fletcher delivers the next one too far inside on the 2-seamer. So 1 ball, 1 strike from Eli Wells. Chargers have yet to record a hit here in this midweek matchup. Are on a 3-game winning streak after their series sweep of Christian Brothers Academy. And the next pitch from Fletcher misses low and away on the breaking ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Eli Wells. Wells, 2 of those games he played against Christian Brothers Academy, but was 0 for 4 in one of those games with a walk. And the next pitch from Fletcher hits for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Eli Wells. He came around to score in Game 2 against CBA as well. Started in just 3 games this season, getting his 4th start in this lineup. And his first look at Fletcher, it's a ground ball off the inside of his bat, which Cole Nathan gobbles up and slings it over to Logan Floyd at first base for the first out of the inning. So Eli Wells, a ground ball to second for out number 1. And Drew Fletcher has thrown 2 1/3 scoreless thus far. Now Trey Greenwell, the left fielder, will get his first look at the freshman Fletcher. Has relied a lot on that slider so far in this game. You could see the movement from the freshman on that pitch, and Greenwell squares around for the bunt. It's off the top of his bat as he had to dodge out of the way. Fletcher would have hit him with that pitch had he not had his bat out in front of him, and it's fouled back for strike number 1. Greenwell, the freshman, lots of freshmen in this Huntsville lineup, and the next pitch from the freshman in Fletcher is a great breaking ball to the outside corner. 2 strikes and no balls for Trey Greenwell, getting his first start this season, and Greenwell dodges out of the way of another inside fastball. That'll be ball 1. Freshman looked ready to swing at that one, though, from the right batter's box. Played 2 games against Christian Brothers Academy last weekend. No at-bats, though, and the breaking ball from Fletcher is hit to John O'Pierce softly. He makes the throw over to Logan Floyd, who makes the stretch. Floyd came off the bag trying to make the catch and then stepped on it again, but the umpire will say that he was off the bag when Greenwell touched it. So a runner on board for the Chargers here. We'll see if they count that as an error or an infield single from Greenwell. And Tom Griffin wants a conversation with the officiating crew. They finally come together. All 3 of them join in front of the pitcher's mound to discuss what happened there. Floyd took about a half step off the bag, then slid his foot back over to touch it when he had the ball in his hand. Greenwell was right there, but it looked like Floyd had him from my vantage point. Will be interesting. And they will go to video review, little replay action to see if Greenwell was in fact safe at first base. If he is safe, Carson-Newman has 1 out on the board and a runner at first. If he's not, there are 2 away with nobody on. First time this season that Carson-Newman has seen a play go under review in terms of video. The umpires jog over to the right side of the field where the replay device is located, and they're taking a look at this play. But they'll take a good long look at this to make sure that Greenwell was either safe or out. Eagles trying to avoid letting up runs. They've been pretty good in early innings in terms of keeping teams to just a few runs. Eagles have only allowed more than 3 earned runs in the first 2 innings of the first 9 games. Just 1 time. So should be interesting to see here with this video review. It's the first time this has happened this season for Carson-Newman. Drew Fletcher has been really good for the Eagles so far in his start. Has made 1 other appearance, but so far in this game, no runs, no hits, just 1 walk. That one coming on Luke Sanji back in the bottom of the 2nd. That was the Chargers' lone base runner thus far of the game. So this would be the 2nd base runner for the Chargers in this ball game. Greenwell, who's standing on first, is a freshman out of Decatur, Alabama. 6th game this season, but his first start here today and trying to get the leadoff single against Drew Fletcher in this Carson-Newman defense. Logan Floyd, the all-sack first baseman, was really good on defense for Carson-Newman last season. Just a couple of errors for the junior first-team selection last season. Trying to find the number here for you. 7 errors in his 109 career games. And would be interesting to see if they count that one as an error against him or against John O'Pierce, as the throw was a little off kilter, dipping towards the direction of left or right field on that throw. Floyd had to make sort of a back stretch to make the catch. Umpire is still looking at this play. Floyd did make an error in that series against LMU. Just sort of fumbled a catch over there at first base. But again, not something he does too often. Last season as the All-SAC first baseman, 4 errors and 395 total chances for the sophomore at the time, now junior. And the Eagles generally pretty solid on defense as well. Off the top of my head, just a couple of errors so far this season. Umpires still looking at this one. Carson-Newman trying to avoid what would potentially be an error here in this ball game, and instead are looking for an out. Chargers are looking to have their second base runner of the contest here in Trey Greenwell. And we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles. Oh, no, we won't. Officiating crew is headed back onto the field. Looks like they finally made a decision after watching the replay. And we will await what the call is. The foot was on the bag. Logan Floyd made the catch and successfully made the slide. You can see him smiling over there on first base as his team congratulates him for doing his job over there at first. And Greenwell will be retired. So 2 outs on the board for Carson-Newman in the top of the order. Jace Upton, the center fielder, will dig in from the left side. It's been about 5 minutes since Drew Fletcher has thrown a pitch. Greenwell is out at first base. Jace Upton facing Drew Fletcher here as the freshman comes together, and Upton, the center fielder, swings at the first pitch from Fletcher. It's over to Cole Nathan. He has to stretch to his left side, but he makes the scoop and tosses it over to Logan Floyd at first. So 3 down for Carson-Newman. That'll be the end of the third inning. Carson-Newman up still 2-0 on the Chargers. And we'll move to the top of the fourth when Ian Hubbard, John O. Pearson, Braxton Smith get back to work for the Eagles. Stay with us on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Rana DeCrow with you as we move into the top of the fourth. Carson-Newman is up 2-0 on the UAH Chargers. They scored 2 runs in the top of the second that are the difference makers in this ball game, and we have the third new arm for the Chargers here this afternoon. It's Parker White taking over duties from Jack Doyle, who threw a pretty solid top of the third, a strikeout and 2 fly balls to sit the Eagles down in order, and it was the heart of the lineup in Logan Floyd, Cole Nathan, and Tanner Kilgore, so not easy outs for Doyle, but nonetheless, they bring in Parker White, the junior from Vol State Community College, to throw some innings here to the Eagles, and this is his first appearance for the Chargers. He gets it in a midweek game. He's facing Ian Hubbard, the right fielder, making his first start in right field, and the first pitch from White is a breaking ball too far outside. White, the lefty, facing Hubbard, the lefty. And Hubbard swings at the next pitch, a good fastball from White. So 1-1 count for Ian Hubbard. Carson-Newman has 4 hits in this ball game, 2 of them coming in the top of the first, 2 coming in the bottom of the second, as Hubbard skies one into shallow center field. Upton is moving towards it. Wells is moving towards it as well, but it drops between them, and Hubbard gets all the way over to second base. He slides in just on time, and a double for Ian Hubbard right off the rip here in this top of the fourth. Wind is blowing out towards direct center field, and that fly ball from Hubbard just kind of seemed to float forever in the air. Upton, who was pretty well back towards the warning track, was sprinting in. Wells was moving back, didn't have a great view at it as the sun is directly in his eyes, and the right fielder Waldrop was also moving towards it, but it just had a perfect placement right in between all 3 of them. And head coach Hunter Royer will come out and have a conversation with his squad. And it looks like they're going to relieve Parker White of his duties already. And now Jace Meadows will come in and throw. So we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network, come back and tell you about the new arm when we return.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Jace Meadows will take over on the hill for Parker White. So the 4th arm that Carson-Newman has had to see in this ball game here in the top of the 4th. Ian Hubbard is on second base after his leadoff double. This is his second double, second extra base hit of the season. And now Jono Pierce, the shortstop, has a runner in scoring position. And he watches the first pitch from Meadows that misses high and away for ball 1. It was a high fly ball into shallow right center field, but no one on defense touched it for the Chargers. So they're going to rule it a double out to right center. And the next pitch to Pierce is a fastball that hits on the outside corner. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Jono Pierce with a runner on second base. Nobody is out. Ian Hubbard led off the inning. And he is on second base. Made a midweek appearance against Tusculum last week where he had a double as well. So the second double of his season. And now Jono Pierce, the shortstop, tries to get his offense going. Pierce reached on the fielder's choice in his last at bat as he fans on the next pitch from Meadows. So 1-2 count on Pierce with nobody out and a runner at second. Reached on a fielder's choice in his last at bat. Ian Hubbard was in front of him and had hit a ground ball to shortstop in his first at bat to get on base. He was out by the fielder's choice. The next pitch to Pierce misses too far outside, so 2-2 on the shortstop. He came around to score eventually when Carson Cochran hit a ground ball out to right field that brought him all the way around. And here's the 2-2. It's fouled back right behind Sanji's head and keeps it 2-2. Pierce was 2 for 10 against LMU in the last series. The Eagles get one win and 2 losses in that SAC opening series. Moves them to 7-2, and Pierce doesn't get out of the way of a ball that came inside from Meadows. It just barely nicked his left elbow, and he'll take his base. So Jono Pierce is on first base. He's reached both times, and now Braxton Smith, who is 1 for 1 today, he hit a line drive out to center in his first at bat. Will have a chance to add some RBIs to his line here today. Meadows comes together, takes a look at Hubbard at second, and Smith will lay the bunt down. It's up the third base line, perfectly placed. Braxton tries to beat it out. He will. It's an errant throw from the third baseman, Barlett. Hubbard will come in to score. Smith is on second, and Jono Pierce is on third. So an RBI bunt for Braxton Smith. They capitalize on the throwing error from Barlett. And the Eagles now up 3-0 here in the top of the fourth. And that brings up the bottom of the order, Carson Cochran, the catcher, who is also 1 for 1 in this ball game. Braxton Smith is with speed on third base, or on second base, I should say. Jono Pierce with more of the same on third, and the first pitch to Cochran misses inside. So 1 ball, no strikes, with nobody out for the catcher. Meadows kicks and fires. Next pitch to Cochran misses well outside on the off speed. So 2-0 for the catcher, Cochran. One of many catcher selections for Tom Griffin, was 1 for 2 in Game 2 against LMU. But his pitchers like that he's a smaller target than some of the other catchers. He chops one to the shortstop, Staggs, who nearly fumbles it, but finally makes the throw over to first base, not before Jono Pierce comes in to score. So the second RBI for Carson Cochran on the day comes on a ground ball to shortstop, and that'll be the first out of the inning for the Chargers. And Maddox Green, the freshman who hits leadoff for the Eagles, takes the sign from Tom Griffin. Eagles up 4-0 here in the top of the fourth. Drew Fletcher, in his first start with Carson-Newman, has done a good job keeping things scoreless through 3 and allowed his offense to work as Green is hitting ahead as he squared around for the bunt, trying to bring runners around. And Maddox Green will take his base. Leads this team in freebies. 8 walks to go along with now 6 times he's been hit by a pitch. And Aiden Gibson, the senior captain, will step in with runners on first and second. It's Braxton Smith on second and Maddox Green at first. Gibson takes the first pitch. It misses low, so ball 1 on Aiden Gibson as that one hits off Sanji's chest plate. Goes into the left batter's box, and Braxton Smith, who's dancing over there at first base, holds up. Eagles up 4-0 here in the top of the fourth. 2 runs in the top of the second, 2 runs in the top of the fourth, and Meadows delivers to Gibson. It misses inside. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out on the board with runners at first and second for Aiden Gibson, the senior third baseman. Tom Griffin always talks about, as Braxton Smith takes off towards third base, Meadows was none the wiser. Neither was Sanji, and they were both unconcerned with letting the sophomore with Hot Wheels, take third base. So count Braxton Smith for his team-leading sixth stolen base, or I should say third stolen base of the year. And Aiden Gibson has a 2-1 count. He swings at the next pitch, and it's fouled back softly towards the Eagles' dugout. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Aiden Gibson with 1 out and runners at the corners after Braxton Smith stole third. Just a few strikeouts for Aiden Gibson, so he's been making contact this season as Meadows goes over to Green at first. Braxton Smith thinks about home instead. Will jog back to third. Gibson has been making contact, just not finding gaps too often, but was a good bat in that LMU series. 2 for 9 as he swings at the next pitch, and Meadows has his first strikeout of the day. Gibson fanned, and runners will stay where they were. Green at first and Braxton Smith on second. Eagles left runners on base in the first 2 innings of this ball game. Logan Floyd, who has been an RBI machine in his years with Carson-Newman, will look to drive in some runners here, get his first of the contest. Led this team in RBIs last season as Meadows goes over to Green again at first base. 2 outs on the board for Logan Floyd. And the junior first baseman, he is 1 for 2 today, a line drive out to center field and a strikeout in this ball game. Just his 3rd of the season as Meadows finally goes to him. It gets past Sanji to his left side. He chases after it. Braxton Smith doesn't move, but Maddox Green does. He gets the bag over at second. So runners on second and third now for Logan Floyd, and this is his specialty. The junior is second in the sack in batting average, hitting .481 this season. Second in the NCAA in doubles with 5. And he swings at the next pitch. It's right up the middle. And that'll score 2. Logan Floyd continues to add to his RBI total as he has a 2 RBI single. That brings in Braxton Smith and Maddox Green to score. And the Eagles are up 6-0 here in the top of the 4th with their 4-run 6th inning. And we'll take a quick pause here on the Eagles Sports Network as Hunter Royer comes out to have a conversation with Jace Meadows. Logan Floyd is at first base. There's 2 outs on the board, and we'll get a look at the new arm for the Chargers when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Blake Saltzman, the new pitcher on the hill for the Chargers after Logan Floyd's 2 RBI single into center field. The Eagles are up 6-0 here with Cole Nathan at the plate, and he swings the first pitch from Saltzman, fouls it back for strike 1. Saltzman, another lefty for the Chargers, so a couple of lefties, a couple of righties for this Chargers bullpen. And the 5th arm from the Chargers here already in the top of the 4th that the Eagles have seen. And Coach Tom Griffin has talked about making adjustments. Off-speed hits outside. Good pitch from Saltzman, and it fools Nathan. He doesn't swing. So 0-2 with 2 outs on the board. Logan Floyd is at first base. 2 appearances already for Saltzman here in 2026. 1 inning in each appearance. Just 2 hits and 1 run in his last appearance as the next pitch to Nathan misses low and away. So 1-2 for Nathan, the second baseman. Nathan is 1-2 in this ball game. A line drive over the first baseman's head in his first at bat that got him on base. His lone hit as Saltzman goes back to Floyd at first. He read it and is in standing up. An appearance on the 7th of February against Drury and one on the 13th against Christian Brothers. He would pick up his second inning here in 2026. That was when he let up 2 hits and 1 run. 2 strikeouts to go along with it as Nathan holds off a 1 on the outside to make it 2-2. Eagles have put up 6 runs, and that's pretty characteristic for them here in non-conference games. As Saltzman delivers the next one way outside, Floyd thinks about second because Sanji had to stand up and move way over to get that one. So full count on the way for Cole Nathan. He likes to take advantage of early pitches typically, but has worked the count here and is one of the Eagles' leaders in walks too, so incredibly disciplined. As Floyd takes off, Nathan hits one hard out to right field, and it curls onto the warning track in foul territory. So still 3 balls and 2 strikes for Cole Nathan with 2 outs, and it's Logan Floyd at first base. He had taken off, so a hit-and-run situation there for Tom Griffin. And Nathan digs back in to the right batter's box to work on the lefty. Sanji gets set, so does Saltzman, and Nathan will watch a high fastball miss to take his base. So the first walk for Blake Saltzman, and the first walk of this ball game, second free base. Make it 3rd free base. Maddox Green was hit by a pitch, so was John O. Pierce, and Nathan walks there. So 3 free bases for the Eagles here in this contest. Logan Floyd will move over to second, and Tanner Kilgore takes a swing at the first pitch from Saltzman. He is the final batter in this Carson-Newman order because Ian Hubbard led off in the top of the 4th. So the 9th hitter that has seen an arm this inning. And Saltzman delivers in the left batter's box for ball 1. 1-1 count on Kilgore, the DH. The lefty Saltzman out of Meridianville, Alabama. He is a redshirt sophomore, didn't see time last season. Kicks and fires to Kilgore, and he holds off on a fastball too far outside. So 2-1 on Kilgore, runners at first and second. Logan Floyd is at second, Cole Nathan at first. And Kilgore at the plate with 2 outs. Eagles try not to strand more batters, and the next pitch from Saltzman misses low and away. 3 balls, 1 strike for Tanner Kilgore. And these Charger arms struggling to throw strikes and struggling not to catch Eagle bats. 6 hits for Carson-Newman. Saltzman delivers. It's a ball too far outside and high. So the second walk in a row for the redshirt freshman. And the 4th free base of the game for Carson-Newman. Loads him up. Logan Floyd at third. Cole Nathan at second. And Tanner Kilgore at first. And the guy who led things off here in the top of the 4th, and Ian Hubbard, will step into the left batter's box and get another lefty to work against. Saltzman kicks and deals, and it misses inside on the lefty Hubbard. So 1-0 with bases juiced for the Eagles. Hubbard is 2 for 2 in this game. Hit his second double of the season his last at bat, and he swings at the next pitch from Saltzman, misses. So 1-1 on Hubbard with 2 outs on the board and the bases juiced. Eagles just relentless on offense in these non-conference games as Saltzman deals, and Hubbard swings and misses again. This time he got him on the off-speed. So 1-2 count for Ian Hubbard. In out-of-league games, Carson-Newman producing more than 10 runs per game and has held opponents to less than 4. They seem to be on track to do that as that one gets off the chest plate of Sanji. It was a good pitch to the inside on Hubbard, but it popped off Sanji's chest plate. Logan Floyd got about a quarter of the way down the line before he decided, yeah, probably not a great idea. Still bases loaded, 2-2 count with 2 outs for Ian Hubbard. Saltzman kicks and deals. Hubbard goes hard up the right field line, but it's slicing all the way foul towards the softball complex here at Charger Park. Huntsville, Alabama, a beautiful 65 degrees. Wind just slightly blowing. Cloud cover, so not super sunny, but still a nice day. Saltzman fires, and it misses in the other batter's box on Hubbard. So full count coming up for Ian Hubbard. The sophomore transferred over from Radford and has stepped into a big spot is the DH in these non-con games, playing right field here today as he fouls one back. To keep it a full count, runners still on. Everybody had taken off. A ball means Logan Floyd scores the 7th run of the ball game. A hit from Hubbard could score a few with the bases loaded. And a strikeout would keep things 6-0. Saltzman eyes him down, kicks and deals the payoff. It's a soft little pop fly right to the pitcher and Saltzman. And he grabs it out of the air for the 3rd out of the inning. Chargers finally get out of it, but they let up 4 runs in the top of the 4th. They have to get to work on offense here with Seth Staggs, Gavin Galenza, and Nathan Mayfield when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Carson-Newman leads 6-0, and Drew Fletcher will return to the mound For his fourth inning of work here, he gets the midweek start, and he's doing incredibly well handling it. The freshman righty had just made one relief appearance before this where he went 2 2/3 and is now safely through 3 scoreless as the Eagles offense doing their best to support him as well. 2 runs in the top of the second, 4 just coming earlier in the top of the fourth, and now Seth Staggs will get his second look at the freshman Fletcher. He struck out in his first at bat, trying to avoid that outcome again. Fletcher, the first pitch of the inning is a breaking ball that Cochran frames successfully, so strike 1. Good job behind the plate there by the catcher Cochran as that breaking ball curled all the way through the zone and then out. And Fletcher comes set and deals again. Another breaking ball that's a little bit too low for the home plate umpire's liking this time. So a 1-1 count for Staggs. Staggs, the freshman, lots of freshmen in this Charger lineup. The best bat in this lineup as he swings and misses on a fastball inside. Good job by Fletcher to jam him up there. 5 starts this season for Staggs in his freshman year. Has an OPS above 1,000 though, so has settled right into college life incredibly well. Leads this team in hits, and the breaking ball from Fletcher is a soft little chopper to Aiden Gibson that takes 2 hops, and he gets it over to Floyd on time for out number 1. Now Gavin Galenza, the first baseman, who rounded out to shortstop in his first at bat, gets his second look at Fletcher. Galenza, the junior out of Red Deer, Alberta, transferred over from Colby Community College and has 9 hits so far this season in 27 at-bats. And the first pitch from Fletcher misses low and away. It clips the dirt, and Cochran has it for ball 1. Fletcher comes together again, second pitch on the way. It's a fastball outside that Galenza gets underneath and takes it out towards right field. Hubbard is backpedaling, and he seizes it out of the air for the second out. So 2 away and nobody on for the cleanup hitter, Nathan Mayfield, the DH, who hit just a soft little ground ball to Fletcher in his first at bat. That was in the bottom of the second. Mayfield, the righty, he's a sophomore, is 5 for 24 on the year, and the first pitch from Fletcher is inside and high. Mayfield has to lean out of the way. So 1-0 for Nathan Mayfield. Did a decent job last week, played in 2 games against Christian Brothers, and was 3 for 8 in those games as Mayfield swings and fouls one back behind Cochran for strike 1. So 1-1 count on the sophomore. Three RBIs in the first game against CBA that he played in as Fletcher deals breaking ball to the outside, and it's good. So strike 2 on Mayfield, and man, that breaking ball for Fletcher has been so good. Slider, changeup, and 2-seamer in his arsenal, and the slider has perplexed the Chargers in this game. Next pitch is a fastball inside and high at shoulder level on Mayfield for ball 2. So 2-2 count with 2 outs on the board. But Mayfield, good in that second game as Fletcher comes together, kicks and fires, and Mayfield finally gets a hold of one. It's a line drive out to left field that Maddox Green scoops up and tosses in. A single with 2 outs on the board from Nathan Mayfield, the first hit for the Chargers here in this ball game. And Luke Sanji, who reached in his last at bat on a walk, will be up to the plate looking to bring Mayfield around. Chargers have only had 1 base runner in this ball game, and it was Sanji before Mayfield just hit that line drive out to left. So Fletcher will come together and deliver with his first test as Cochran tries to gun him down. After the first pitch, it missed from Fletcher. Nearly got Mayfield over there at first base. Good arm from the catcher Cochran. Cochran has caught a couple runners stealing already this season as Sanji watches the next pitch from Fletcher. Too high. Again, at about shoulder height on Sanji. So 2-0 for the catcher. But Cochran has gunned down a couple runners, and that's one of the main difference makers as to why he was the Eagles' first choice in a starter is Fletcher goes to the breaking ball and loves it. So 1-2 count for Luke Sanji, or 2-1 rather. Two outs on the board with a runner at first base, and Fletcher goes inside this time. Sanji has to get out of the way. So make it 3-1. Sanji, from right here in Huntsville, Alabama, attended St. John Paul Catholic II. Just about 10 minutes down the road, as Fletcher comes together and deals, Sanji goes up the left field line. It's a foul ball. So full count now as Fletcher worked his way back into this one. And trying to come up big here in a moment, keep things scoreless through 4. Fletcher deals. It's a breaking ball to the third baseman, Aiden Gibson, who makes the hot snag and over to first. Floyd catches it, and a great defensive play by Aiden Gibson at the hot corner. Keeps Drew Fletcher out of trouble and keeps things scoreless for the Chargers through 4. And we'll move to the top of the 5th. With John O. Pierce, Braxton Smith, and Carson Cochran due up to face the Chargers' arms. We'll see who it is when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
New pitcher on the arm for the Chargers is Coleman Gann, who will take over for Blake Saltzman. A couple of different arms in that top of the 4th inning for the Chargers. 3, in fact. Parker White, Jace Meadows, and Blake Saltzman all saw a couple of batters each. White only saw 1 batter before he was pulled. And now Gann will get his first look at this Carson-Newman lineup, and John O. Pierce will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. Eagles are up 6-0 here on 6 hits, and the Chargers got their first hit in the bottom of the 4th on Drew Fletcher, but the freshman doing a good job, and Aiden Gibson makes a good play over at third base to keep things scoreless for the Eagles. And now Coleman Gann faces John O. Pierce. He kicks and fires, and it's a fastball too far outside as the first offering to Pierce. So ball 1 with nobody on. Eagles trying to remain perfect in their non-conference record, have won every single out-of-conference game as the next pitch to Pierce misses low and away this time for ball 2. Gann is a freshman. He stands at 6'4" and throws from the right side as Pierce fans on the next pitch from him to make it 2-1. He's made a couple of appearances, 4 to be exact, here in 2026. 3 1/3 total innings in those 4 appearances as Gann delivers an off-speed this time that's at the shoelaces of Pierce on the left inside batter's box, and the next pitch to Pierce is too far outside for ball 4. So Pierce will take his base and make it free base number 5 for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th. John O. Pierce on first base, and Braxton Smith, the center fielder, is up to the plate. He reached on a bunt in his last at bat, so he's 2 for 2 today. He had a line drive out to center in his first at bat and has come around to score both times. The sophomore with a lot of speed, and he watches the first pitch from Gann that misses outside and low for ball 1. Gann has never thrown more than 1 inning, and in his 4 appearances this season for the Chargers has let up 4 hits, 1 run. That run was earned, and has 3 strikeouts in those 4 appearances as well. Two of them coming against Drury on the 6th of February. Jono Pierce dances off first base. He takes off, and Sanji can't make the catch, but instead it hits Braxton Smith. So another free base for Carson-Newman. Jono Pierce will be on second base, and the Eagles have stacked up the speed on the bases with Pierce at second and Braxton Smith at first. Carson Cochran, the catcher for the Eagles, is next up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today with 2 RBIs after he hit a ground ball in the top of the second inning that brought around Jono Pierce and Braxton Smith to score. And we'll get a quick meeting with Gann at the plate, or at the mound, I should say, to hopefully calm the new arm down. Eagles are perfect in non-conference play, perfect 6-0. There are only 2 losses on the season to LMU just last weekend in the SAC opening series. Huntsville at 4-5 as the next pitch to Carson Cochran misses well outside for ball 1. Eagles are up 6-0 if you're just joining us here on the Eagles Sports Network. There's runners at first and second. Jono Pierce is the one at second. Braxton Smith at first. And Carson Cochran is hitting from the right side. He squares around for the bunt. He lays it down right up the third baseline. It's a perfectly placed bunt. Sanji grabs it and makes the hard toss over to first base where Wells is waiting. But a well-placed bunt to get Jono Pierce to third and Braxton Smith to second. And now Maddox Green, the freshman, who is 0 for 1 today, but reached base on a hit by pitch in his last at bat and has hit a sac fly, so he does have an RBI as well today. He watches the first pitch from Gann go by. It's a good breaking ball for strike 1. Gann delivers again, and they call it a balk on Gann. So Jono Pierce will come in to score and makes it 7-0 Eagles. Braxton Smith is at third base, and Maddox Green has 1 strike and 1 out on the board to work with. Green, the righty, has been really good at getting on base this season. That's just been his specialty. He leads this Eagle team in walks and hit by pitches, and he watches the next pitch go by, but it's a well-placed one on the outside corner, so make it 0-2 against the freshman Maddox Green. Next pitch on the way, Green swings and fouls it back. It's behind the umpire, and Green will get another chance with an 0-2 count. Braxton Smith still on third base. 8 walks this season for the freshman. And has been hit by a pitch 6 times this season, and he jams himself up on the inside fastball from Gann. So the first strikeout of the day for the freshman Gann, and the third strikeout of the day for the Charger Arms. So 2 outs on the board with a runner at third base, and Aiden Gibson. Braxton Smith gives him a little clap on third base, and Gibson, who is 0 for 3 today, will dig in from the right side. First pitch to Gibson misses outside for ball 1. Gibson flew out to first base in his first at bat, hit a ground ball to the pitcher in his second, and a strikeout in his last at bat. Gann comes together and delivers again. It's another fastball outside and low, nearly gets past Sanji, and with Braxton Smith on third base, might have seriously been another run scored. Eagles are up 7-0 here with a runner threatening. Gibson a chance to pick up an RBI here with a hit. And breaking ball inside and high. It's about at elbow height on the senior. Misses. So 3 balls and no strikes for Aiden Gibson. He walked 3 times in Game 2 against LMU. And has been really solid on defense. A good diving play against the rail splitters as well, as the umpire has a conversation with Coleman Gann about coming together. Sanji sets up behind the dish, and Gann finally delivers a fastball too far outside and high. So another free base for the Eagles. 2 walks already for Coleman Gann to go along with a strikeout and a batter who he hit by a pitch. That one was Braxton Smith. He's on third base. Aiden Gibson is on first. So runners at the corners for Logan Floyd, who already has 2 RBIs today. He is 2 for 3 in this ball game. And the junior has been phenomenal in the batter's box this season, but he watches the first pitch from Gann for strike 1. First time he's seen Gann, and the second arm, make it the third arm that Floyd has seen in this ball game here in the top of the 5th. Gann goes over to Gibson at first base. He dives back in and is safe. So an 0-1 count with 2 outs on the board, runners at the corners. And Gann comes together, kicks and fires. It's up the third base side and foul. Nearly hits Tom Griffin in the foot, but an 0-2 count for Logan Floyd. The only time he hasn't reached base in this game came from a strikeout. Jack Doyle got him in the top of the 3rd. 0-2 on the way. Nope, he'll go over to Gibson again at first. So runners at the corners. Floyd just a couple of strikeouts on the year. The one in the top of the 3rd was his 3rd of the season. And Gann finally delivers a breaking ball. Aiden Gibson had taken off, so he'll have second nice and easy. Didn't even have to slide. And it's a 1-2 count on Logan Floyd with runners at second and third. 15 RBIs or make it 13 RBIs this season for Logan Floyd with 15 hits on the year. And he holds off of a fastball as Braxton Smith takes off. He's diving in and is safe. He gets a hand underneath Sanji, who was diving in to meet him in kind. And Carson-Newman with 2 runs in the top of the 5th makes it 8-0. Braxton Smith picks up his second stolen base of the day. And he has a team-leading 4 stolen bases on the season. Bradley Soto Diaz, who is out in this game, had a little situation against LMU in the final game that took him out. As Logan Floyd watches the next pitch low and in the other batter's box for ball number 3. So 3 balls and no strikes, or 2 strikes on Logan Floyd. Payoff pitch is up next. Aiden Gibson on third base, and here it is. It's in the dirt and out in front of Sanji up the third base side. Logan Floyd will take his base. And that's walk number 3 from Coleman Gann here in just his first inning of work. 6th free base for the Eagles here in this contest, and that's going to be the end of Gann's day. As we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network to find out who the new arm is for the Chargers. Stay with us.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
The new pitcher on the mound is Cam Gentle for the Chargers, the freshman coming from Guntersville, Alabama. And just one appearance for the Chargers this season, threw an inning against Drury on the 7th of February and provided 2 strikeouts for the Chargers in that appearance. He'll face Cole Nathan with runners at second and third and 2 outs. And Nathan goes right up the center, and it's swallowed up by Wells, who taps second base. And Floyd is out on the 4th, so that'll be the end of the inning. Carson-Newman puts up 2 runs. John O'Pearson, Braxton Smith come around to score for the 3rd time in this ball game, and it's 8-0 as we move into the bottom of the 5th. Gunnar Waldrop, Brody Barlett, and Eli Wells are up the dish for their second at-bats when we come back.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Drew Fletcher, with confidence from the coaching staff on the Eagles side of the field, will return for his 5th inning of work, and rightfully so. The freshman's been really good. No runs on just 1 hit and 1 walk for Drew Fletcher. That walk came in the bottom of the 2nd inning for Luke Sanji. Just 2 base runners for the Chargers in this ball game. They're currently down 8-0, and the Eagles continue to pour it on thick on their non-conference opponents. Have scored 10 runs in pretty much each of their non-conference games aside from 1, but is averaging 10 runs in their non-conference games. Held opponents to less than 4 when they're not SAC opponents. So Eagles have been good in non-conference games, and they're doing well here on this Tuesday afternoon in Huntsville, Alabama. It's Gunnar Waldrop, the right fielder, who will see the first pitch from Fletcher. Cochran tried to frame it, but a ball nonetheless to open things up here in the bottom of the 5th. Eagles have scored now in back-to-back innings, 4 runs in the top of the 4th, 2 in the top of the 5th, and Fletcher comes together and deals again, this time a good breaking ball That stamps the outside corner for strike one on Waldrop. So 1-1 for the right fielder. Waldrop is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to Logan Floyd in his first bat on first base, and he hits a line drive right into the glove of the new third baseman out there for the Eagles in Evan Mutter. Mutter making his first appearance here in 2026. And he steps in and makes a catch right off the rip for Carson-Newman. So 1 out on the board. And Brody Barlett will be in the batter's box as he squares around for the bunt. And Fletcher gets him fooled on the breaking ball. So 0-1 count on Brody Barlett. Fletcher kicks and deals, and the next breaking ball hits again. Good spots by the freshman, stamping the corners all over the place. And it's been well out of reach for these Charger hitters. Like I said, just one hit for UAH in this game as Barlett skies one back behind the netting and keeps it at 0-2. 1 out on the board. And this Eagle pitching staff, so good this season. Sitting just about a 3 ERA. And the next pitch from Fletcher misses high at the shoulders of Barlett. He holds off of it for ball 1. So 1-2 count with 1 out on the board. No more defensive changes that I can see for Carson-Newman. Aside from Braxton Smith, he's playing well into center field. And Drew Fletcher gets Brody Barlett swinging on the high cheese, and his second strikeout of the day brings up Eli Wells. Eagles have had a couple injuries on their pitching staff where someone else might have filled in here in this midweek appearance to make the start, but Drew Fletcher has done a phenomenal job here in his 5 innings of work. The first pitch to Eli Wells misses outside. Wells the righty as Fletcher shuffles and then kicks and deals another fastball too far outside. So 2-0 count on Eli Wells, the second baseman. Eagle pitching staff, though, really good as Fletcher delivers a breaking ball that smacks the inside corner for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs on the board for Eli Wells. 3.42 ERA is second in the sack as Wells skies a breaking ball back behind the netting here at Charger Park. That's 17th nationally, though, in ERA. And as a staff, their 1.34 whip is 18th nationally. Fletcher fires, and this one is skied back again. So it'll keep things 2-2 for the freshman Fletcher. Can't say enough good things about his command and what he's done with the breaking ball here today. Has hit those corners really well and kept things out of reach of Charger hitters. He delivers a breaking ball that's weak contact, a fly ball to Logan Floyd up the first base side. He can't see it, but he makes the catch anyway. And a good job by the junior first baseman. Cole Nathan had lost his hat trying to jog over to help him out. And that'll be the inning. Eagles still up 6-0 as we move into the top of the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Cam Gentle back to work on the mound for the Chargers, and this is kind of a rare occurrence for UAH in this ballgame thus far. Haven't done incredibly well keeping their pitchers out there, but they will allow Gentle to make the turn over to the top of the sixth. The Eagles are up 8-0 on 6 hits with no errors, and it's Cole Nathan. No, excuse me. Tanner Kilgore. Just kidding. DH for Carson-Newman is Seth Benner, the grad student who steps in to hit for Tanner Kilgore in this ballgame. The first pitch to him was a ball inside, and the next pitch from Gentle is a fastball inside that does hit Kilgore, or does hit Benner. So a free base for the Eagles to start things off here in the top of the sixth, and that brings up Ian Hubbard, the right fielder. Benner, the grad student, on first base. And that's the 9th free base for the Eagle offense in this ballgame as Gentle goes over to Benner at first base. Lots of free bases for the Eagles in this game, and the first pitch from Gentle to Hubbard is inside on the lefty. So 1-0 count for the sophomore Hubbard, and the next pitch is high and away for ball 2. Eagles, they've done a really nice job in terms of walking and taking free bases. 20 times they walked in the opening weekend against Charleston. 63 walks through the first 9 games of the season as Hubbard battles one off for strike 1. 22nd in the NCAA in terms of taking walks, and have done it well in this ball game. Have forced 5 walks and a couple hit by pitches as well. They're not scared to stand in the batter's box and take one. As Gentle goes back over to Benner at first. And Hubbard pokes one out to center field. It's moving to the left side and hooking, but Upton a good job to get on his horse and get over there. They'll keep Benner at first base, and now John O. Pierce will step up with a runner at first and 1 out. Hubbard before that was 2 for 3. Now 2 for 4 after that line drive out to center. John O. Pierce is 0 for 1 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in his first at bat, as the first pitch to him is well outside for ball 1. And was hit by a pitch in his second at bat, walked in his last at bat in the top of the 5th. So has reached base every time and has scored every time he has reached base. Next pitch to Pierce comes on the outside, but misses low in the dirt as Sanji has to kind of scoop it out beneath his knees and makes it 2-0. Gentle back to Benner at first. Gentle just 1 appearance this season. The freshman stands at 6'2" and throws from the right side, and he gets Pierce to swing at the high fastball. So make it 2-1, and he looks over at his coach on third base, Tom Griffin, and said, "Why did I swing at that?" 2-1 as Gentle comes together, 1 out on the board. Seth Benner at first base, and Pierce lays off the high one this time. So make it 3-1. John O. Pierce ahead in the count with a runner on base. Eagles have put up runs in back-to-back innings, 4 in the top of the 4th, 2 in the top of the 5th and looking to do more of the same, add to their lead here in the top of the 6th. Next pitch on the way. It's a fastball that Pierce elevates up the first base side, and Wells tears over to the foul line to get underneath it and catches onto it for the second out of the inning. That brings up Braxton Smith, the center fielder. He is 2 for 2 today with an RBI and 2 stolen bases in this ball game. Can't say enough about his speed. He steps into the right side, and Gentle delivers the first pitch and off speed, but a good spot there to hit the outside corner. So 1 strike and no balls for Braxton Smith. This is the first time he's seen Gentle. Pitching change was made right after Logan Floyd in the top of the 5th, and the next pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Benner is still at first base. The Eagles have left runners on base in every inning aside from 1. That was in the top of the 3rd. And Smith is hitting the helmet by a fastball that was tracking inside. So Braxton Smith will reach base for the 4th time today. He's come around to score each time he's reached base. And Braxton Smith, really good at getting on base in general. He averages about 50% of the time that he's reaching base. And that brings up Carson Cochran, the catcher. Eagles take their 10th free base of the day. Both runners that are on base have been hit by a pitch. Benner is at second base, and Cochran watches the first pitch and skies it back for strike 1. Cochran is 1 for 3 today. Laid down a bunt in his last at bat to move Pearson Smith into scoring position. They would eventually come around to score, so the bunt paid off. Gentle comes together and nearly comes inside, hits Cochran in the left shoulder. Instead, he leans out of the way just slightly. So make it 1-1 for Carson Cochran. His hit came in the top of the 2nd inning. He hit a ground ball out to right field to bring in a couple runners to score. He's got 2 RBIs. He hits a fly ball up that right field side and out of play. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cam Gentle, relatively effective aside from the free bases that he's given up. Every batter that he hasn't hit, he's gotten out. Gentle delivers the 1-2, and it's a ground ball that scoots off the pitcher's mound, but Staggs read it well and tossed it over to Wells at second. They get the force on Braxton Smith, and that'll be the inning. So the Eagles held scoreless in the top of the 6th. The Charger offense, a chance to keep this thing from becoming too ugly here in the bottom of the 6th. Trey Greenwell, Jace Upton, and Seth Staggs when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
James Salico takes over pitching duties in the bottom of the 6th for Drew Fletcher, who went 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and no runs. So a good job. And the first pitch from Salico to Trey Greenwell is a breaking ball that moves too far outside. It gets past Cochran and is out of play. Couple of defensive changes for the Eagles as well, as the next pitch to Greenwell misses low. Evan Mutter is at third base. And Salico delivers the next pitch that misses low and outside on the fastball. So 3 balls, no strikes for Trey Greenwell. Just 1 walk for Drew Fletcher. That one came in the bottom of the 2nd. Salico kicks and fires, and that one a fastball that goes right down Broadway for strike 1 on Greenwell. So a hitter's count now for the left fielder. Eagles are up 8-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Then Greenwell goes into the 5-6 gap. Pierce gets onto a knee, makes the catch, and Logan Floyd makes the scoop. But Greenwell is there on time. That's the 2nd time we've had a dicey situation with Trey Greenwell at first base after his first at-bat, where Logan Floyd had to come off the base to make the catch from Pierce and then slid his foot over to get him out. The umpires had to review that one for quite some time. This time, though, he is safely aboard, so a leadoff hit from Trey Greenwell in form of a ground ball to John O. Pierce. And now the top of the order, Jace Upton, can get to work. And Upton lays the bunt down. It goes over to Salico up the third base side. Upton is there on time. Salico didn't make the throw on time. It was a good one, right to Floyd's glove. But Upton putting his foot on the gas to get there in time. And now runners are at first and second for Carson-Newman. There is action in the Eagle bullpen, just in case. Seth Staggs, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2 today, a strikeout in his first at-bat and a ground ball to Aiden Gibson in his second at-bat. Evan Mutter is now playing third base, though, now. So if it did go that direction, he would be the one to make the play. And the first pitch from Salico misses low and inside on Staggs. Speed on the bases between Greenwell on second and Upton at first, and the next pitch from Salico misses inside again. So 2 balls, no strikes on Seth Staggs. Eagles try to keep things scoreless here in the bottom of the 6th. Didn't put up a run in the top of the 6th. Their last run came in the top of the 5th. They put 2 up in that inning. And Salico kicks and deals, breaking ball that just barely misses. 4-3. So 3 balls, no strikes on Seth Staggs. Salico delivers the 3-0, and it's a strike on the breaking ball that hits on the inside corner. So 1 strike rather, and 3 balls for Seth Staggs. He is the best bat in this UAH lineup. 3 for 10 in the CBA series. And the next pitch from Salico hits inside and low. Good job by the pitcher to get himself back in this count. Reaches base about 56% of the time, so he's a name you hear often in terms of hits and runs for the Chargers. And Salico comes inside with the breaking ball and misses. Cochran has to dig it out behind the dish. And in fact, it's Jacob Rogers behind the plate who made the catching switch in the middle of the inning. So Rogers digs it out successfully, but that loads the bases, and now Jason White will come out and have a conversation with James Salico, and we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network to find out what Carson-Newman does.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Harrison Shelton will take over for James Salico, who doesn't record an out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A ground ball from Trey Greenwell got him on base to the shortstop, John O'Pierce. A good infield single there. He uses his speed to reach. A bunt from Jace Upton to move him around. And then Seth Staggs just walked right before Shelton took over. And now Gavin Galenza, the 3-hitter, gets to work on Shelton. The first pitch from the freshman misses high and inside on the righty. Shelton, the lefty, coming out of Clinton, Tennessee, so not too far from Jefferson City. And the next pitch to Galenza hits from the lefty Shelton. Bases loaded for the freshman in his first appearance with Carson-Newman. He delivers, and it's off the shin pad of Rogers. So Greenwell will come in to score. Jace Upton moves to third, Staggs over to second, and now first base is clear for Gavin Galenza. So the first run scored by the Chargers here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-3, or 8-1 rather. I was looking at hits there. 6 hits for the Eagles, 3 for the Chargers, and Shelton kicks and fires too high on Galenza. So 2-1, make it 3-1 after the pass ball. Shelton deals, and a breaking ball doesn't hit outside, so Galenza will take his base, and the second free base given up by the Eagles bullpen in this inning. That'll load the bases yet again. It's Jace Upton with speed at third. Seth Staggs is at second, and Gavin Galenza is at first. For Nathan Mayfield, the DH, Mayfield is 1 for 2 today. Hit a line drive out to left field in his at-bat. And it looks like we're going to get another reliever coming in for Carson-Newman. Brock Culpepper takes over when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
Brock Culpepper will take over to face Nathan Mayfield, who is 1 for 2 in this game. And Culpepper has the bases loaded with no outs on the board. And the first pitch to Mayfield comes inside and high. Mayfield nearly swung at that, but instead holds off for ball 1. Jacob Rogers now having game calling duties behind the plate, and Tom Griffin has just sung his praises about how well he's controlled the pace of the game with pitchers, and they really like that. Next pitch from Culpepper misses high and away for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes on Nathan Mayfield, and the next pitch is low and away for ball 3. 2 free bases from Eagle Arms in this inning. One from James Salico, one from Shelton, who came in for a batter and then came out. Now Brock Culpepper fires to the outside corner. Good pitch there and makes it 3-1. Culpepper has a big job in this Eagle bullpen. Came in 2 times against LMU, and he kicks and deals. This one comes inside, and Mayfield will take his base, the 3rd free base of the inning from Carson-Newman. Jace Upton comes in to score, makes it 2-8. Seth Staggs over to 3rd. Gavin Galenza is at 2nd. Now Nathan Mayfield on first base, and Luke Sanji, the catcher, digs in from the right side. Sanji is 0 for 1 today. Had a walk in the 2nd inning, was the only walk of the day as Culpepper fires the first pitch, and it's high and outside for ball 1. Drew Fletcher, the freshman, went 5 innings with just 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and a hit. And now the bullpen's struggling to put together some good innings for him. 3 walks in the last 3 batters. The next pitch to Sanji misses again, low and away for ball 2. Sanji hit a ground ball to 3rd base in his last at-bat. And Culpepper comes together, delivers the slider that hits this time outside. So 1 strike and 2 balls for Sanji. Culpepper with the 2-seamer, changeup, and slurve in his arsenal. And he goes to the slurve, tries to hit inside, but cannot. And it's 3-1. Has made 4 appearances this season. And a good couple innings. He records a win against Cedarville on the 6th of February. And the next pitch is an off-speed to the outside corner that stamps it. So 2 strikes and 3 balls. And the payoff pitch from Culpepper as he comes together, kicks and deals. And it's a soft ground ball to the shortstop, Pierce. He gobbles it up over to Nathan at first. And they make the double play at first base as Floyd makes the full stretch to make the catch. And now 2 outs on the board, but Seth Staggs comes in to score. So the Chargers have cut the deficit to 5 now. And the bases are clear for the most part, aside from a runner at 3rd for Luke Sanji, who grounds out to the shortstop and Pierce for the final out of the inning. But the Chargers put up a couple of runs that make this ball game 8-3, and we'll see what the Eagles can do on offense when we come back here for the top of the 7th. Stay with us on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Logan Mooney will take over on the mound. The seventh arm that has thrown in this ball game for UAH. And Carson-Newman has done this to a couple of their non-conference teams. They did it to Charleston in both games of their series, did it to Cedarville in the first two games of that series as well, and have done it here against UAH in this midweek matchup. Eagles still up 8-3, but the Chargers put up 3 runs on a couple free bases given up by the Eagles pitching staff in that bottom of the 6th inning. 3 free bases before Brock Culpepper comes in and starts off with a walk, but then pulls off a double play and then a ground ball to Pierce to end the inning. And Mooney will have to face Maddox Green, and the first pitch from Mooney is a good pitch outside, right on the black of the plate. First strike one on the freshman. Green is 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch in his second at bat and did record a sac fly in his second at bat. So he has an RBI on the day, and the next pitch from Mooney misses well outside for ball 1. Mooney is a junior, and he appeared in 12 games last season. This year has made 2 appearances. The next pitch misses low and inside on Green. An inning in each of his 2 appearances this season, one against Drury on the 6th of February, one against Christian Brothers on Valentine's Day just last weekend, and this next pitch comes inside on Green. He has to dance out of the way and makes it 3-1. So a hitter's count for the freshman searching for his first hit of the day. Has done well getting on base, but trying to do it here, and Mooney misses high and outside, so Maddox Green will take his base. And that's the 11th free base of the ball game for Carson-Newman, 22nd in the NCAA in walks, and Tom Griffin loves how selective his hitters are at the dish. Told me good hitting teams walk a lot. They get people on base, and then they capitalize in big moments. And now Evan Mutter, the third baseman who came in for Aiden Gibson, is at the plate, but not before Mooney can go over to Green at first base. Mutter making his first appearance with Carson-Newman here in 2026, and he squares around for the bunt, pulls back, but it is a strike anyway. So 0-1 for Evan Mutter. And he's got a runner on first base in Maddox Green. In his 2 innings of work this season, Mooney has just 1 hit and 1 run, 2 strikeouts and a walk, and he goes back to Green at first again. Has only thrown 1 pitch to Evan Mutter. And the junior goes right back to Green. That's a tricky little pickoff attempt he just tried there. Had fully kicked and fired, and then at the very last minute looked over at Green. Nearly got him. He was in standing up, but nonetheless was kind of leaning into the bag. No-look pitch from Mooney as Mutter lays the bunt down. He's digging it out towards first base, and the first baseman in Galenza has to come off the bag. He drops it. Maddox Green will move over to third base, and Evan Mutter has a bunt that moves Maddox Green into prime scoring position for the RBI generator in Logan Floyd. Great bunt by Evan Mutter up the third base side. He takes a hard 90 and it pays off for him. He's on first base, Maddox Green at third, and Logan Floyd has no outs on the board. First pitch from Mooney is outside and too high on Junior Floyd for ball one. Floyd is 2 for 3 today with 2 RBIs. He walked in his last at bat, but has hit a line drive and a ground ball out to center field that have allowed him to have those RBIs. And the next pitch gets in front of Sanji off of his knee pad and keeps runners where they are, though. Good job by the catcher. So 2-0 count for Logan Floyd. "13 RBIs this season, searching for more, and he hits a ground ball up the third base side that is about 5 feet outside third base in foul territory. So 2 balls and 1 strike for the junior first baseman Logan Floyd. Mutter, who is on first base just 15 games as a sophomore in his junior season with the Eagles, making his first appearance. In the next pitch from Mooney to Floyd misses inside and low. Sanji keeps it in front of him. And it's 3-1, a hitter's count for the best hitter in this Eagles lineup. Already 2 hits here today with 2 RBIs. He's hit every extra base hit that you can think of this season, and he hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop in Staggs, who tosses it over to Wells and then over to Galenza at first. So a double play there, but it scores Maddox Green. So Floyd will pick up his 3rd and 16th RBI of the day and season, respectively. And bases are clear for Cole Nathan. Nathan's 5th arm that he's seen, and he hits a line drive out to center field. He takes advantage of the first pitch, but Upton is underneath it safely as he plucks it out of the air. And that'll be the inning. So Carson-Newman puts up 1 run in the top of the 7th to make it a 9-3 ball game. And when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network, Brody Barlett, Evan Wells, and Trey Greenwell, 7, 8, and 9 for the Chargers. When we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Culpeper back to work here in the bottom of the 7th. The Eagles lead currently 9-3 against the University of Alabama in Huntsville. And this Eagle offense has supported their pitching staff. Drew Fletcher, the freshman starter, goes a season high and a career high. 5 innings with 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and no runs. But then James Salico comes in and lets in a walk. Harrison Shelton comes in for a batter and lets in a walk. Brock Culpeper leads off with a walk that would let someone score. But ultimately, he will take over and continue to be on the bump for this 7th inning, trying to stretch a couple innings here for Carson-Newman at the tail end of this ball game. And Brody Barlett, the 3rd baseman, is the first victim to Culpeper, but the first pitch is a ball that gets past Jacob Rogers. Culpeper has gone more than 1 or 2 innings just a couple of times in his career. And the next pitch from Culpeper misses low and away for ball 2 on Barlett. Last time he went more than 2 innings was on April the 14th of 2025 against Catawba. And the next pitch from Culpepper misses away and low again. So 3 balls, no strikes on Brody Barlett. Here in 2026, Culpepper has 5 walks and make it 6 after he comes inside to Barlett and misses. So walk number 5 for this Eagle pitching staff. Each pitcher has one. Now Culpepper has 2. And he's trusted to go a little bit longer as the redshirt senior. 86 career innings of work, is 3-7 in his appearances on the hill. 5.06 ERA this season, 4 strikeouts to go along with 4 walks. And now Trey Greenwell will square around for the bunt. Culpepper, or Eli Wells rather, and it's a strike as well as squared around for the bunt. Pulled back, but it hit the zone nonetheless. Wells is 0 for 2 today, and he hits a ground ball to Cole Nathan, who scoops it up, shovels it over to Jono Pierce. Logan Floyd tries to stretch to make the double play happen, but Wells with speed gets there in time, so he reaches on the fielder's choice. They get the lead runner in Barlett. And Trey Greenwell, who has nearly reached twice, has only reached once, hit a ground ball to shortstop in his last at-bat. He would eventually come around to score and then have that tricky play in his first at-bat in the bottom of the 3rd. And he check swings on the first pitch from Culpepper. No, he did not go, so 1 ball, no strikes on Trey Greenwell with a runner at first in Eli Wells. Rogers sets up for the 1-0, and Greenwell fouls it up the right field side. So 1-1, and Culpepper trying to keep things manageable here and not negate the run that Carson-Newman put up in the top of the 7th. Didn't take any hits to score that run, just a couple of free bases, a bunt from Evan Mutter that was really good. And Culpepper goes back outside but misses the zone. So 2-1. And Brock Culpepper comes together and delivers again as Greenwell goes right up the middle. Pierce steps on second, over to first base. So a 6-3 double play there for Jono Pierce, and that'll be the bottom of the 7th for the Eagles. It's still 9-3 here from Charger Park in Huntsville, Alabama. Tanner Kilgore, or in fact Seth Benner, will be up. Ian Hubbard and Jono Pierce due up when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Isaiah Whited will take over on the mound for Logan Mooney after his inning of work. And Whited is from Knoxville, Tennessee, just right outside Jefferson City. The freshman stands at 6'2" and throws from the right side. So the Eagles will get a look at their 9th arm of the day here in the top of the 8th. Eagles are up 9-3. They score 2 runs to open things in the top of the 7th. That opened the scoring. And then put up 4 more runs in the top of the 4th, followed by 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Chargers respond in the bottom of the 6th with 3 runs, and 1 run scored in the top of the 7th by the Eagles have made it 9-3 here at Charger Park. Beautiful day for baseball. Wind is blowing directly out to center field still, but it's about 65 degrees and cloudy but sunny above the clouds. So nice and warm here in Alabama in February. And it's Seth Benner, the grad student who steps in for his second at bat, and he takes the first pitch from Whited for ball 1. It was too high. Benner was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. He got all the way to second base before the inning was ended from a ground out by Carson Cochran, and he fouls the next pitch back for a 1-1 count. Benner has seen a couple of appearances at the plate for Carson-Newman. Has come in and pinch hit a couple of times already this season in the Cedarville series and as well as the Charleston series, as Whited delivers the next pitch that's high and inside at the letters of Benner for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the grad student. Benner coming over from University of the Cumberlands, and he watches the breaking ball inside, but it's a good pitch from Whited. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the grad student, Benner. And Benner fouls one off to stay alive in this count. It's still 2-2, nobody out and nobody on. Benner is the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 8th. Eagles are up 9-3, and Whited has made a couple appearances here in 2026, and Benner ropes one out to left field, but it's right to Greenwell. He'll make the catch, and Benner will be the first out of the inning. Bring up Ian Hubbard, the right fielder. Hubbard is 2 for 5 in this ball game. Hit a double in his second at bat to reach. He would eventually come around to score, and then a ground ball shortstop in his first at bat. Otherwise, in his last at bat, he hit a line drive out to center field, and the first pitch from Whited misses in the dirt, gets past Sanji for ball 1. 4 appearances for Whited this season. He's thrown a total of 2 2/3 innings. He's allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those earned throughout the year. And the next one is fouled back from Hubbard. So 1-1 count for the sophomore. 4 strikeouts in his 4 appearances, 2 of them coming against Drury on the 7th of February. Threw an inning against Christian Brothers on Valentine's Day, where he allowed 1 hit, 1 run, and had a strikeout as well. Kicks and fires to Hubbard, who goes in between second and first, and that's going to get through all the way out to right field. So Ian Hubbard has his 3rd hit of the day. And that brings up Jono Pierce, who's been on base in all of his plate appearances aside from 1. Hit a fly ball to the second baseman in his last at bat, but otherwise has been aboard and has scored every time he's been on base thus far in this ball game. He's responsible for 3 of Carson-Newman's runs. This will be his first look at Whited, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that hits the top of the zone for strike 1. Hubbard is on first base after the single into right field. And it's an 0-1 count with 1 out as Whited goes over to Hubbard at first base. Hubbard, who's on first, is the transfer over from Radford and has now been flying in these games that he's come in and played as Pierce goes into the 5-6 gap. That's going to move Hubbard along to second, and Jono Pierce has his first hit of the day. He's now 1 for 3 and has reached base 4 times in this ball game. So runners at first and second with 1 out on the board for Braxton Smith. Smith has been on base every time he stepped up to the dish. has been hit by a pitch in his last 2 at-bats, and the Eagles are trying to string together base hits here to move runners along. First pitch from Whited to Smith is swung on and fouled back. So strike 1 on Braxton Smith as he tried to take advantage of the first offering from Whited. Smith hit a line drive in his first at-bat to center field, bunted in his second at-bat. Also has 2 stolen bases today in this contest to go along with an RBI. The sophomore center fielder has settled in nicely to his starting position in the outfield. The next pitch from Whited is a good breaking ball that comes in on the inside black of the plate for strike 2. One out for Braxton Smith. Runners at first and second for Carson-Newman, who's up 9-3 in this ballgame. Whited takes a look at a dancing Hubbard at second and eventually goes over to him. Was uncomfortable with the taunting that was going on over there at second. Griffin encourages the sophomore on second base, and Whited will return to Braxton Smith. 0-2 for Braxton Smith, 1 out on the board. It's on the way, and it's swung on and fouled up the third baseline. So he'll stay in this count and see at least one more pitch from Whited. ERA for Whited right now is at 20 on the season in his 4 appearances. He kicks and fires the 0-2, and he got him. Smith watches the breaking ball go by. Beautifully placed inside. And the first strikeout for these Charger arms since the top of the 5th inning when Maddox Green struck out. And now Carson-Newman will bring in a pinch hitter for Evan Mutter. It's Sean Stripmatter, the junior, to dig in from the right side and work against Whited with runners at first and second. Excuse me, he's batting for Cochran. Stripmatter holds his bat in the air. Eagles up 9-3 right now with 2 outs on the board, and the first pitch from Whited to Stripmatter hits on the upper part of the zone for strike 1. Stripmatter spent 2 seasons with Cuesta College in California as Whited goes back over to Hubbard at second. Wells was there to make the catch, but nearly fooled even his middle infielders on that one. Made his Carson-Newman debut in the series finale with Cedarville. He was 1 for 2 in that game with an RBI and 2 walks where the Eagles were just piling it on thick. And he swings at the next pitch from Whited, fouls it back for strike 2. So 2 strikes and no balls for Sean Stripmatter. Runners at first and second with 2 outs on the board. Eagles trying to put up runs in back-to-back innings yet again. Whited sets, comes together, delivers. It's a breaking ball that Stripmatter fouls back. Keeps it 0-2, and he'll dig in another time. If you're just joining us here on Flow Sports or on the Eagles Sports Network, it's a 9-3 ball game. Eagles are up right now by 6. Sean Stripmatter's in the box, 0-2 count, runners at first and second, and here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball too far inside. The first ball that Sean Stripmatter has seen in his at-bat. He came in to pinch hit for Carson Cochran, who was 1 for 4 on the day, with a couple of RBIs to go along with it. Jacob Rogers had come in to catch for Cochran in the 6th, and Whited comes inside and high on Stripmatter. So 2-2 count with 2 outs on the board and runners at first and second. Eagles have stranded runners in 4 innings out of the 7 played thus far. And trying not to do that again Here comes Whitehead, breaking ball, and Strip Matter hits a soft one to the third baseman that's out of the reach of Barlett. It clips off the top of his glove and is in the dirt. Bases are loaded for Maddox Green. And the freshman is familiar with being in situations like this. His first career hit with the Eagles was a bases-clearing RBI single with 2 outs on the board against Cedarville that ended up giving the Eagles the lead and the win in Game 1 against Cedarville. So Ian Hubbard is at first base, John O'Pierce at second, and Maddox Green fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. Sean Stripmatter is at first base, and Maddox Green now digs in with an 0-1 count, 2 outs on the board. Here comes Whitehead. It's a breaking ball that Maddox Green takes to the shortstop, Staggs. He makes the throw over to the first baseman, Galenza. Good stretch from him. And that'll be the last out of the inning. Eagles still up 9-3 as we move into the bottom of the 8th. It's the top of the order for the Chargers when we come back on Flow Sports and the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, where Brock Culpepper will return to work with his new catcher in Kevin Hammond, the third new catcher of the day for Tom Griffin's squad. Griffin, a very qualified catching coach in the Eagles dugout. He keeps a really good catching staff on hand for the Eagles. And Kevin Hammond, just as capable as all the rest. I had a conversation with Coach Crow and Coach Griffin in the bus about the catching selections out there on the field, and they said to me that really not a lot separates them, just different pacings in terms of game calling and different arms, but nonetheless all talented players. And Hammond comes in here in the bottom of the 8th. The Eagles are up 9-3, and the top of the order, Jace Upton, will work on Brock Culpepper for the first time. First pitch from Culpepper is a good strike low in the zone. Next pitch from Culpepper hits again, same spot, low in the zone. Hammond, who's come in to take over game calling duties and catch, is a transfer over from Lipscomb and trying to get Brock Culpepper his first strikeout of the day. Instead, Culpepper will let it go a little bit too early. It flies behind Hammond and into the netting. So 1-2 count on Jace Upton. Upton is 1 for 3 today. Laid down a bunt in his last at bat to reach base. And he will now rope one in to right center field. It'll get down, and another base hit for Jace Upton. A hard line drive there out to right center that will let him reach first base. So nobody out for Carson-Newman as Upton takes advantage of the 1-2 pitch, and Seth Staggs, the shortstop, is next up to the plate. Upton and Staggs are 2 out of the 3 runners who scored in this ball game and have given the Chargers their 3 runs. Staggs watches the first pitch from Culpepper, and it's low and inside for ball 1. And runner goes. Hammond can't get it out of his glove. It's pretty deep into the pocket as he tosses it into the air. And a stolen base for Jace Upton. Hammond was on his feet ready to make the throw. Just couldn't quite get it out of his glove. It was so deep into that catching pocket. And he couldn't get it out in time. Kind of went to it a couple different times. And Staggs now has a runner in scoring position. Next pitch from Culpepper hits outside. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the shortstop, Seth Staggs. 500 batting average. That's the best on this Chargers team. 3 multi-hit games throughout the season. He doesn't have any hits in this game. He reached on a walk last time around. And the next pitch from Culpepper misses low. Hammond tries to bring it up, but doesn't work to fool the umpire behind the plate. So a 3-1 count coming up here for the man who leads this team in hits. Next pitch from Culpepper misses outside, so Staggs will take his base. A good job by the freshman to stay disciplined. And that's Culpepper's 3rd walk of the day. Now runners at first and second with no outs on the board. And Gavin Galenza, the first baseman. He is 0 for 2 in this game. Reached on a walk the last time around, just the same as Staggs. And the first pitch is slid over by Hammond to make the stop. He keeps runners where they are, and a good job there too, because Staggs is 4 for 5 in stolen bases, and Upton is a very fast base runner as well. Galenza hits a soft little chopper to Culpepper in between first and third. Logan Floyd lets it go behind him. I think that's going to be a throwing error on Culpepper, actually. So runner will come around to score in Jace Upton. He capitalizes on the error by the Carson-Newman defense. Seth Staggs is over on third base, and Gavin Galenza reaches on the soft little chopper, the throwing error from Culpepper. So the Eagle defense with a couple of errors in this ball game. One fielding error, and it's come in the form of a throwing error there just from Brock Culpepper. And the first pitch to Nathan Mayfield, the DH, is a ball outside. See if they rule Galenza's single as, or Galenza's hit as a single or an error there. It is an error by Brock Culpepper, and Kevin Hammond will come to have a conversation. So will Tom Griffin after the next ball comes out of the hand of Culpepper to Nathan Mayfield. Runners are at the corners, and we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network. There is men in the bullpen for the Eagles, so we'll see what happens here when we come back.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC.
Nathan Mayfield on the pitch from Culpepper after he returned out of the mound meeting flew out to right field, so there's one away now for the Chargers, and Hubbard, a good job to keep runners where they are. We got runners at the corners, and Luke Sanji hits one hard up the third baseline, but it's going to hook foul before it can do any damage. So 1 strike on Luke Sanji. Nathan Mayfield was out due to a fly ball, and Seth Staggs is on third base. He reached on a walk. Gavin Galenza is at first base. He reached on an error from Culpepper, and Sanji goes in between the 5-6 gap. It gets out of the reach of a diving Jono Pierce. Staggs comes in to score, and the Chargers have put up 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. They've made it a 9-5 manageable ball game. And now runners at first and second for Gunnar Waldrop as Sanji picks up the RBI there. On his first hit of the day, he is now 1 for 3. And Gunnar Waldrop, who is 0 for 3 today, digs in from the right side, and this will be his first look at Culpepper. And the first pitch from Culpepper is on the outside, black for strike 1. Waldrop, the right fielder, has runners at first and second. Culpepper delivers the breaking ball, and it's skied high into the air in shallow right field as Hubbard tries to make the diving grab in foul territory. He can't do it, and he's slow to get up now. Needs a second as Logan Floyd spears it and tosses it into the Chargers dugout. Hubbard's on his feet now and walks back over to his position in right field. He gives Kevin Hammond the thumbs up. Then he's just fine. And Culpepper will get back to work with 2 strikes and 1 out. Oh, 2 count, 1 out on the board, and runners at first and second now for Gunnar Waldrop. Culpepper comes together, pitch on the way, and it's a check swing that's fouled back. So keeps it 0-2. Waldrop, the freshman out of Murfreesboro, has started 7 games for the Chargers this season. He's 9 of 4 of 19. Geez, mix the numbers up there. Overall, and has 6 walks on the season. Oh, 2 count, and Culpepper finally deals to Waldrop. It's a breaking ball too far outside and low. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, but a good 0-2 pitch there from Culpepper to make him hold off. And it's Luke Sanji at first base, Gavin Galenza at second. As Culpepper goes over to Galenza at second, nearly got him. Waldrop was 1 for 5 last weekend. He had an RBI in Game 2 against CBA. But good with his speed, is 5 for 5 in stolen bases, so definitely someone they want to have on the base paths. Next pitch from Culpepper is a great one outside, but just a little too far. Makes it 2-2 for the right fielder. Hit a ground ball to shortstop in his last at bat. Eagles have turned 2 double plays in this ball game, and the next pitch got in on the breaking ball outside. Waldrop followed it all the way into Kevin Hammond's glove, and the home plate umpire loved it a little bit too much. So strikeout number 1 of the day for Brock Culpepper. That's number 5 of the season for the senior, and that brings up Brody Barlett, who has 2 outs and runners at first and second now. Barlett hits one to the second baseman, Cole Nathan. He lets it get by him, and the runner in Galenza is coming around to score. He was on second previously, and he takes advantage of the softly hit ground ball that Ian Hubbard had to run all the way in to clean up off of Cole Nathan. Makes it a 9-6 ball game as the Chargers try and claw their way back into this one. They'll have the bottom of the 9th as well to try and tack on a couple more and maybe either send this one into extra frames or win it here on their home field. Here's Wells. It's a soft ground ball that skips to Jono Pierce, and he underhand tosses it to Cole Nathan at second for the final out of the inning. So the Chargers put up 3 in the bottom of the 8th. The Eagles haven't scored since the top of the 7th. It's 9-6, and we come back with 2, 3, and 4 for Carson-Newman on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeaneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Caden Barnett will be the one to be selected to try and get the final 3 for the Chargers here in the top of the 9th. The Eagles are up 9-6. They initially were up 6-0 before the Chargers, and then 8-0 in fact, and then the Chargers put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th and have tacked on 3 more in the bottom of the 8th to make this a 9-6 ball game. And Caden Barnett, the one chosen to try and get the final 3 outs here in this ball game. He'll have to face Evan Mutter, who bunted in his first at bat and did reach base. They call that a single. And then Logan Floyd and Cole Nathan, the more dangerous part of the Eagles lineup, will be up for Barnett. So a tough little stretch to get through for the Vinemont, Alabama native, and the first pitch to Mutter misses inside. Eagles have put up 9 hits in this ball game for 9 runs. Did commit an error in that last inning, but otherwise have been incredibly clean on defense as Mutter skies one up over the Chargers dugout towards the softball complex here at Charger Park. And it's 1-1 for Mutter. Barnett has made 3 appearances here in 2026. Has thrown 3 2/3. Never more than an inning, though, for the Chargers. He's allowed 4 hits in those 3 appearances, and Mutter takes a little check swing, but doesn't go. And it's 2-1 on after Barnett missed on the high fastball. The 10th arm that the Chargers have gone to in this contest, Eagle offense, has been deadly, and Mutter leans out of the way of another high fastball to make it 3-1. So hitters count for the junior. Mutter has 7 strikeouts, Barnett has 7 strikeouts on the year, and he delivers the 3-1. It is a strike on the inside corner. Good pitch there by Barnett. Mutter had taken off towards first base, but he'll come right back. Thought that one was too far inside. Barnett, one of the more experienced arms. He's the senior in this pitching staff, the lone senior that is thrown in this ball game, as Mutter fouls another one back and awaits the 7th pitch of this at-bat here. In his last appearance, he threw against Christian Brothers. That was a win for UAH, and this one on the way. It's too far inside. Mutter will take his base. 12 free bases for the Eagles in this contest. They had 20 in the opening weekend against Charleston and have done more of the same here in this game. Now Logan Floyd has a runner at first base and a chance to pick up more RBIs. The junior is 2 for 4 today with 3 RBIs. And the first pitch from Barnett misses high at the letters of Floyd for ball 1. 0-1 as Barnett goes over to Mutter at first. He kind of popped up and nearly muffed the throw over to Galenza. He had to dig it out. Still 0-1 for Logan Floyd. Nobody out for the Eagles. And Barnett finally delivers a breaking ball that misses low and away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes for Logan Floyd. Barnett only has 1 walk on this season, so that one against Mutter was just his second of the year. And he kicks and fires the 2-0. Floyd swings and comes up empty. So make it 1-2 for Logan Floyd. Grounded into a double play in his last at bat. That's not something you see the junior do incredibly often. Has reached on a walk and a ground ball and a line drive as well out to center field. Has a strikeout in this game to go along with it. 2-1 as Barnett goes back over to Mutter at first. Barnett averaging 4.9 ERA, and they will send Evan Mutter to second, say that he balked there, so he'll get a free base. And now Logan Floyd has a runner in scoring position. Cole Nathan is in the on-deck circle, one of the other better hitters in this Eagle lineup, as Logan Floyd hacks at one, and it's high into the air, curling towards the right field line. It's going to drop foul before Waldrop could get there. He was on his horse to try, but nonetheless, it is 2-2 for Logan Floyd. Has worked pitch counts for this Charger bullpen. At least 2 strikes and 3 balls in pretty much every at-bat that he's had. Full count in his third at-bat, and Barnett deals, and Logan Floyd hits a hard one on a line out to right field. Mutter's making his way around third. He's going to try and go in and score, and Waldrop is taking his sweet time out there in right field, so Mutter will. RBI number 4 for Logan Floyd on the day. And he gets hit number 3. So that's his 15th RBI of the season, 18th hit of the year. And Logan Floyd just continues to prove why he is one of the most elite batters in this Eagle lineup. And that brings up Cole Nathan. And Logan Floyd will take off after Cole Nathan tried to swing at one for a hit-and-run situation, but he fouls it back. So Floyd will return to first base, and Cole Nathan will work with an 0-1 count. Eagles were receiving votes last season, or earlier this season already, received 3 in the NWBCA poll, and after the series with LMU, those votes trickled away. But trying to make a name for themselves with a couple ranked opponents in the conference, and the next pitch to Nathan is low in the zone for strike number 2, so Nathan will have an 0-2 count. Logan Floyd is still at first base after his line drive out to right field, and Nathan, the second baseman, who is 1 for 5 today, his lone hit was a line drive in the first inning over the first baseman's head. Otherwise, he reached on a walk in his third at-bat, but has been held hitless since. And Logan Floyd diving back into first base kind of jammed his finger up there. Umpire has a conversation, make sure he's okay, and we will return to play. Cole Nathan will step back in with an 0-2 count. Barnett takes the sign from his catcher, Sanji, and comes together. No outs on the board, and here comes the 0-2. Kicks and fires, and it's a line drive out to right field, just barely drops foul. Maybe an inch or 2 foul of the right field line, in what would have certainly been a really good base hit for Cole Nathan. So he'll keep with the 0-2 count and look for his 4th pitch of the at-bat. Nathan solid in the LMU series, was 4 for 12 with a hit in each game. So on a 3-game hitting streak right now. And the 0-2 on the way, too high, so ball 1 now for Cole Nathan. He'll work with the 1-2 count, and Logan Floyd at first base. Aiden Gibson called Cole Nathan the big energy guy, and he seemed to be that this year already. Has stolen home and provided really big base hits and defensive plays when the Eagles need it most, as the 1-2 is hit up the third base side. Barlett nearly loses his footing over there on third base, but he makes the play nonetheless. Logan Floyd moves over to second base. They don't get the leadoff runner, but Cole Nathan is out at first. So Seth Benner will come back in as the DH. Tanner Kilgore had the first 3 at-bats. He was 0 for 2 and then a walk as well. Benner has been hit by a pitch and hit a line drive out to left field in his last at-bat. He's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out on the board. Chance to get his first RBI of the day, and the first pitch is an off-speed that's beautifully placed on the upper outer corner for strike 1 on Benner. Benner, he's battled injuries in his years with the Eagles and in college in general, as he comes up empty on the next pitch from Barnett. So make it 0-2 on the grad student Benner. Played in 28 games, though, last season, and hit .237. Coming out of Morganton, Indiana, Midwesterner, and Sanji will take a quick minute to have a conversation with Barnett. Just 1 out on the board. It's Logan Floyd at second base. He reached on his line drive out to right field. Cole Nathan moved him along with a ground ball to third base. Barlett kind of stumbled over there, so he couldn't get the leadoff runner in Floyd. But they did get Nathan at first base. And now Seth Benner has a chance to get his first hit of the day. Benner has yet to record a hit here in 2026, but last year when he was in the lineup, Carson-Newman was 12-7 in their games with Benner. Eagles looking to improve upon their marks from last year, be a better sack team, and make it back to the NCAA tournament as Logan Floyd takes off towards third base. Sanji tries to gun him down, but he does not, so Logan Floyd steals third, showing off the wheels as well. The all-sack first baseman can do it all, and Seth Benner strikes out swinging. That was part of the reason why Logan Floyd could reach, because Sanji was concerned about getting Benner out. Now Ian Hubbard, the right fielder, who is 4 for 6 today, watches pitch number 1 go by for strike 1. Check that. Hubbard is 3 for 6 today, and reached on a ground ball out to right field in his next at bat, and he fans on the next pitch from Barnett. There's 2 outs on the board, and Logan Floyd is at third base. The Eagles trying not to leave a runner stranded and add on to their lead. It's 10-6, and 0-2 is on the way. It's softly popped up to the press box here at Charger Park, and Barnett will return to work on Hubbard. Had a double earlier on in this game as well. He's been good and seeing pitches out of the hands of Charger arms well. 0-2 with 2 outs, and it's swung on and missed. Big strikeout from Caden Barnett to keep this just a 1-run inning for Carson-Newman, and now the Chargers have 3 more outs to work with to add on 4 runs to at least tie up this ball game. See if they can do it when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Eli Norris will take over on the hill for what Carson-Newman hopes to be the final 3 outs of this ball game. They're currently up 10-6 on the UAH Chargers here on the Chargers' home field. Nearly all of these games between the Eagles and the Chargers have been played here at Charger Park. In fact, 6 out of the 7 have been played at Charger Park. And Eli Norris, who has only had 1 appearance here in 2026, he threw an inning against Charleston and provided 3 strikeouts and a save for the Eagles in that ball game. So he gets to come in this midweek matchup and potentially close things out for Carson-Newman in what has been a heck of an offensive performance for the Eagles. 10 hits and 10 runs, and they've taken advantage of free bases as well. 12 free bases for the Eagles in this ball game that have lent them a couple of those runs. And Eli Norris will go to work on Trey Greenwell, the 9-hitter in this order, and then Jace Upton, Seth Staggs due up after him. Norris, the fastball, curveball, and splitter in his arsenal. And the first pitch to Greenwell is a ball too far outside. So 1 ball and no strikes on Greenwell. Greenwell is 1 for 3 today. He, in his last at bat, grounded into a double play that would ultimately end the inning, and the next pitch from Norris hits the mark for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Trey Greenwell. His hit came in the bottom of the 6th inning when he hit a ground ball to Jono Pearson and used his speed to get on base. And the next pitch from Norris hits the lower half of the zone for strike 2. Norris with 49 strikeouts in his career, 1 pitch away from strikeout number 50 in his Carson-Newman career. Pitches and fires, it's in the dirt, and Hammond keeps it in front of him. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trey Greenwell. Chargers trying to tack on a couple more runs. They're down 4 right now and would need 4 to send this into extras, 5 to win it. Norris deals, and it's low in the dirt again. It skips off the front of the plate, and Hammond reads it well. So make it a full count now for Greenwell against Norris. Did a good job getting ahead of this count. Now has fallen to 3-2. See who wins the battle here. Norris works quick, and Greenwell skies this one up the first base side. It's moving towards the Charger dugout. Floyd tries to read it, and he does. Makes a good catch with the wind blowing out to center field. And out number 1 away, Carson-Newman just 2 outs from winning this ball game, 10-6, picking out win number 8 of the year. And Jace Upton will be the next challenger for Eli Norris. Center fielder, he is 3 for 5 in this game. The first pitch to Norris cooks to the outside on the lefty for strike 1. Good fastball on the lower outside corner. And Norris kicks and fires the 0-1. It's a little too outside this time and makes it 1-1 with 1 out on the board. Carson-Newman has thrown 5 different arms in this ball game. Drew Fletcher went for 5 innings to kick things off. James Salico came in, and this one is roped out to right field. It's going to go all the way back to the wall. It takes 1 hop off the warning track and hits the midway point of the fence before Ian Hubbard tracks it down And Jace Upton has a double here in this bottom of the ninth, puts himself in scoring position for Seth Staggs, who has the best batting average on this team. He hits .500, but so far in this game is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. So a double for Jace Upton has made things interesting and given the Chargers a little glimmer of hope here in this bottom of the ninth. What a comeback this would be. As Norris delivers, first pitch is in the dirt. Hammond keeps it in front of him. So ball 1, and Norris now with a runner on base. Upton just making his second start in a Chargers uniform today. And Staggs skies this out towards right. Hubbard is moving underneath it. Upton will take off. Hubbard makes a launch of a throw over to third base. Munner reads it well. Hits the corner of the infield, and he scoops it up. But Upton will be at third base. There's 2 away for Carson-Newman. And the Eagles just 1 out away from winning this ball game without any blood being drawn here in this bottom of the ninth. Good catch there in right field by Hubbard. And Gavin Galenza has the tall task of keeping things alive here. 10-6 ball game, and Norris comes together to the first pitch to Galenza. It's swung on and missed. Good fastball outside from Norris. So an 0-1 count. Jace Upton is at third base. He has speed. And this pitch comes a little too, actually well inside on Galenza. He has to dance out of the way of it and makes it 1-1. Galenza was 12 for 62 last season. He is 0 for 3 in this ball game. And the next pitch to him is in the dirt for ball number 2. Galenza did reach on an error in his last at bat. He's also walked in this ball game and has come around to score once. He has Upton at third base as Jono Pierce moves to the right on a skipping ground ball, and he'll make the throw to Logan Floyd. The Eagles win their midweek matchup against the UAH Chargers and retain their perfect record against non-conference opponents. They win this ball game 10-6 on 10 hits with an error. Drew Fletcher, a great day on the mound. 5 innings with 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, faced 17 batters. Eli Norris comes in and cleans things up. 1 hit, 4 batters, faced 15 pitches. And this Carson-Newman lineup, just a good job all around. Multiple players with multiple hits, as Logan Floyd goes 3 for 5 on the day. Ian Hubbard was 2 for 6, and 3 RBIs for Logan Floyd. He'll be your premier player of the game. Carson-Newman returns to the diamond here just next weekend when they face the ranked Lenore-Rhine at home. They have a 3-game set against the Bears. The first game on Friday at 2 p.m. at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, and then 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Saturday. For all of us here at the Eagles Sports Network, we appreciate you tuning in to our coverage of Carson-Newman baseball, and we hope you have a great rest of your beautiful, hopefully, Tuesday afternoon.